Ain't but one team got bragging rights at the end of the season.
Yeah, one team, but
that's the team that whooped your ass.
Hey, they ain't whoop us now. God, don't they ain't do us like we did y'all though.
Hey, pretty damn close.
No.
Hey, close.
No matter which way y'all put it, y'all know what time it is.
Well, y'all ain't did nothing since the 90s.
You know.
You say what?
Them niggas ain't won nothing since the 90s.
What? I won't even talk about my squad, but I can tell you this. I can tell you this. My squad has been more successful than every team in here recently.
That's a lie.
Recently, you can't say recently.
That's a lie.
You can't say recently. You can't say recently. I don't want a Super Bowl.
We said
you say recently. I don't want.
I won 2 Super Bowls.
I don't want.
He done won Super Bowl.
I don't want a Super Bowl.
The Super Bowls you won, not recent.
They was in the 2000s.
That wasn't recent.
2000.
To me, it is.
2000.
Of course,
it ain't. Even, it's more recent than yours.
Yo, 2000 is recent.
What you talking about? In the last 3 years.
I'm just saying.
What's recent
the more
to you? 3
successful
years.
team in here in the last 10 years.
10 years.
Avery, y'all have not
been to a couple
more success. Avery, y'all haven't been to the more successful team. Avery.
Not in the Eagles.
Not in the Eagles.
What have the Eagles done outside of last year?
We don't win the 2 Super Bowls, and we won and we done
right,
won.
Let's go. We ain't talking about the Eagles no damn more.
Just talked about you.
The
only reason we got here is because you introducing this conversation.
Y'all started that first, Sean. I didn't introduce no conversation.
Did you say? Did you did you not say our team was the most successful team?
You said.
Listen. Let's get back on track, man. Let's get back on track. He got to go to work, and our team was anyway.
You got to go to work tonight.
Let's get back to
you drinking before you go to work, boy.
I'm going to sleep when I get there.
Yeah. Everybody here, Eddie. I'm trying to start the show.
The man said he could drink it before to go to work.
He's fine.
We had to get that out of the way.
That shit sugary sweet, like Kool-Aid.
So that is like Kool-Aid. So it tastes good.
That right?
That's what you tell everybody. Once you get drunk.
All right, let's get this party started. 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to the BetMoorSports podcast. BetMoorSports. Let me host Avery Fuller with my co-host Steven Chapman. Avery and the BetMoorSports. And we back at it again with another podcast. Avery and the Guru. To the BetMoorSports podcast. I'm your host Avery Fuller with my co-host Steven Trotman Bay, aka
the Guru.
And it's a family affair today. If you don't know, now you know. Take a look. It's all family. It's all love. Shout out. If y'all don't know, first and foremost, my brother, Mr. Deshawn Fuller, or Pastor Deshawn Fuller, if you know.
Deacon.
And then Coach Kelvin Fuller, of course, you know, one of the better football players that I've met in my lifetime. But we ain't here to talk about Coach Kel or Coach Deshawn. We're here to talk about sports. And with that said, how y'all doing? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Doing pretty good.
Boy, Deshawn gonna be at the phone all night.
I was looking over some stuff.
You might want to focus on what you need to focus on, boss. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's talk about this past weekend in sports. To start, right? And initially, it's the playoffs. Throughout the playoffs, there's been a lot of games that has been surprising losses and surprising victories. One of the surprising victories to me was the Lakers in Memphis. I was surprised that we actually beat them. Was there anybody that wasn't surprised?
I definitely wasn't surprised.
So you weren't surprised that the Lakers beat Memphis at home in game 1?
No.
Why?
First, I think like everybody just they was all on Memphis. Like they just disrespect LeBron and AD. Like, yeah, all right. They just literally just disrespect them guys. I ain't tripping. That everything want to change because they won a game against them, and they kind of dominated. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They want to win it. They won a game. They dominated them. But I the whole time I kept telling me, I said we're going to beat Memphis. I said, we got a matchup problem. I said, they can't beat us if we shooting the ball with.
So y'all gonna beat them in 7 games?
Yes. For sure.
So wait. You think we will win in 7? I think.
No. I think we'll win in 5.
Okay.
That's what I said. I said 5 and 4. If we win this game tonight, I think we'll win in 4.
I think with go ahead.
Without a healthy John Morant.
Of course. I mean, without a healthy
over.
John Morant, the expectation is to win. But I mean, right now the way we playing, it's up in the air, right? I mean, we got one at home. We stole one, but we still got to do work at home like we're supposed to. And if we can finish them off tonight,
then we finish them tonight. They in trouble.
It's a completely different journey. Guru, what you think about that win that the Lakers took home and what it do for the series?
It was expected to me. The line dictate the game. Pretty much. The line was Memphis -4. I knew the Lakers would stay inside the number. So being that they'll stay inside the number, I figured they could win the game. Do I got them winning the series? No, I really don't. I don't think the Lakers is a better team with or without John Morant. They're not better than Memphis. Not saying that they can't win the series. You know what I mean? Memphis just been one of them teams all year. When they up, they talking shit. When they down, they quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think we're a better team than them now.
You're not a better team than them. They had the 4th best record in the NBA.
That don't mean that.
Right.
It mean a lot.
Well,
no, it do.
They had the best record before the draft.
But since that trade deadline, we had the best record. So I can't say that they just better than us because
the trade deadline is a small sample size.
It is.
But they have a more talented roster.
Desmond
Baines would be the 3rd best player on y'all team. You know what I mean? John Morant would probably be the best player on your team.
But he's the 2nd best player. No, he won't be the 1st best player on our team. He's the 2nd best player.
Who will be better than him right now?
AD better than him. But exactly.
You disagree?
You disagree?
Totally.
I don't.
I don't either.
I feel like the only thing about John Morant that stand out is that he's box office, right? He's exciting to watch.
That's it.
But as far as John Morant taking over games, the probability of that happening
right now, we talking about in today's NBA. We ain't talking about. See, a lot of times we build resumes on players and we base today on the resume.
You do realize that Jokic is the most basic basketball player in the NBA right now.
What do you mean?
He's 2-time MVP, almost a 3rd.
What does that
for
mean?
A reason?
I don't understand the comparison to what I said.
So this day and age is not it's based on box office.
No, we talking about basketball ability today versus. I say what people tend to do is build a resume and they say, okay, LeBron is great and he's been great his whole career, but we talking about right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talking about Anthony Davis right now, not Anthony Davis from New Orleans or Anthony Davis throughout his whole career.
But Anthony Davis right now is a better player right now than John Morant is right now.
That's opinion based.
That's all I'm saying.
Totally based on opinion because a lot of times, y'all Laker fans tend to be biased.
I'm not a biased fan. Not
when
it comes down to the Lakers for sure.
My only thing is this. Okay, if you take John Morant off that team, or you take AD off his team, which one?
Exactly. What team is better without the other?
Memphis is way better without John Morant.
Exactly.
That's why they got a better team. If you could remove their best player and they still are a competitive team, a playoff caliber team, that makes their overall roster better.
Two different from
no, right? The first argument was they have an overall better team than y'all. Then I started taking the players off of Memphis that could start on the Lakers.
Right. But based on what
anybody in their starting 5 can start somewhere on the Lakers. Outside of maybe Jaren Jackson, he could start at the power forward. He's better than everybody on your team. That was where I was getting to before y'all cut me off and started saying something about John Morant not being as good as Anthony Davis, and the conversation went left. So basically, what Deshawn just said, if you take John Morant off Memphis is a better team than the Lakers. If you take LeBron or AD off the Lakers,
but
you can't say that.
I don't agree with that.
We took LeBron off the Lakers. And the Lakers got better. Like, ain't it true? I have people argue that.
But see,
LeBron make us. I had somebody tell me,
you
man,
gotta
they play better
understand,
without LeBron.
but you gotta
I
understand.
agree with that 100%.
You gotta understand this too. Since the All-Star break, y'all had the easiest schedule in the NBA, right? So if all y'all games against non-playoff teams, except for against the Clippers, who whooped your ass,
on the back-to-back,
right?
Hey, look,
Then
hey, look, they would have
y'all played the Bulls twice, y'all played the Clippers twice. You know what I mean? Y'all played the Wizards and a few teams like that. Y'all ain't played nobody. For real. I mean, you know, I bet every day. I see these games and I see who's playing each and every night. Y'all schedule was favorable. Not saying that y'all ain't do what y'all was supposed to do, because you did. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like if the Lakers, and I said this on one of the podcasts, are one of the most dangerous teams in the West, simply based upon the fact that nobody separated themselves in the West. There is no overly dominant team in the West. Any one of them teams can beat any one of them teams.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I personally see if the Clippers get by Phoenix, the Clippers and the Lakers in the Western Conference Final. I can see it based upon trends and things of that nature, right? Any one of them teams can beat Denver in 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Golden State somehow lose to Sacramento, they're down 0-2. If they somehow lose to Sacramento, any one of them teams can beat Sacramento.
Yeah.
The Clippers have the deepest roster in the West.
They do.
And they minus Paul George right now. You see what I'm saying? So, as far as talent, Memphis is a more talented team than the Lakers. That's all I was saying. If you take AD and LeBron off the Lakers,
so you take
they trash.
So, no, man, because you take Morant and Jaren Jackson off their team.
No, I'm talking about anyone at any time. I ain't talking about both at the same time.
But we took Rondo and boy.
And we got
Reed had 25. I'm just telling you what he averaged when he
I
was.
seen all that.
That's a
I'm just telling you what he
impact
guys.
of the draft. I mean, not the draft, the trade deadline.
Yeah, but that's no crazy. It changed our whole dynamic of our team.
Y'all got better at the trade deadline, much better and younger.
We got role players, and when you got role players that understand their role, and you got players who, like for instance, when LeBron was out, we had players who had to step in and step up, and they were stepping in and stepping up. Then LeBron come back, and then they got to step back and go back into the shadows again. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the reason why, you know, I felt like LeBron was like a Achilles heel for us. You know what I'm saying?
To a degree.
But let me ask y'all this: how y'all think injuries? What role you think injuries play in the playoffs? Even though it's a part of the game, you think injuries going to impact anything in particular? Like for instance, John Morant. I don't know what his injury was. Did he break something?
No, nothing broke.
He ain't break that.
Nothing broke, nothing fractured.
But I think that injuries are. I mean, in Memphis' case, it's not affecting them, because I think the John Morant out. I mean, if you look at the game now, they are literally up by 13 points. And it's not affecting them to that extent. And that's just this certain series.
Look, they used to playing without him.
Right. You gotta
They used to
understand.
play. They used to play without
them.
them.
They was damn near a better team without them than they was with them, record wise.
Yeah, they were.
You know what I mean? And you gotta understand, Ja missed the playoffs last year. That Golden State series, they pushed Golden State to the wire without Ja in them last 3 games.
They did.
Yeah.
So they used to playing without Ja.
Yeah.
And I personally think that Ja Morant and Dylan Brooks are a bad combination together. Me personally, because if one missing, they better. Then they both are together.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest shit ever, but that's just how it's been in Memphis.
What you think about the injury to Giannis? And you know, they took an L game 1.
Well,
I don't think nobody.
I felt like they was gonna lose anyway again, because they was so rested, and Miami just had to play 2 playing games to get in it, so they were still in the groove of basketball. And Miami ain't no slouch. Miami was just in the Eastern Conference Finals. They had a bad year because of the injuries that was going on in Miami.
Right.
But I think that in that series, Tyler Hero missing in Miami is a bigger impact than Giannis missing in Milwaukee, based simply upon the fact that Milwaukee is way deeper and had a better record without Giannis this year than they've ever had. Like, they was well above 500 in the games that Giannis missed this year. You know what I mean? They picked up Crowder, They, you know what I mean? They got a 6-man of the year candidate in Bobby Portis. You know what I mean? Then you got all NBA point guard in Drew Holiday. Then you got a all NBA, you know what I mean? Like small. So Brook Lopez balling, all them ballers, they just are a deeper team than Miami. I mean, missing Tyler Hero and them 20 points that he bring.
Right. Well, yeah.
Miami.
What about Philly, man? Philly showing up. I mean, they're playing Brooklyn, so you know they ain't much, but they got the who I think is going to be the MVP.
Yeah.
Who do you got as the MVP?
I got
Embiid.
I got Embiid, bro.
Which I know I had Embiid the last 2-3 years.
Yeah. and see that
he gonna win it this year.
That
2 or 3 years. 2-3 years. Jokic, his stat line was crazy.
It's crazy this year. I think the only thing that's gonna hurt Jokic this year is the fact that he missed them games at the end of the season, and when he missed them games and he came back, teams kind of figured him out.
Not ain't only that, he don't play no D, and Embiid played D.
He ain't played D the last 2 years. He went here,
but this year though, all right, this year the difference in the game right now with Philly is Embiid presence in that middle. He blocking shots, rebound the ball. If his game is off, he's gonna get 20 rebounds. If he ain't hitting 20 points, if he hit 21 points, he got 20 boards. Like that's the difference in the game. And he said, all right, like if I can't hit a shot or my game ain't with me right now, I'm blocking shots. That's the difference. That's why he gonna be MVP this year. No, he showed that if I had to start a team with any one of them players, I'm starting with Embiid.
But the same thing you said,
because he play on both ends of the floor. Like he just play on both ends of the floor. Like
but being that you brought that up, that's a good kind of thing to build upon. Who would you build a team around?
Between
Embiid and Jokic. Who would you build a team around?
Embiid.
I'm building it around Jokic.
I'm gonna build it around Embiid.
I'm building it around Jokic simply because he gonna make his players around him better.
Exactly. That's my exact reason for building it around Jokic, because he has the ability to not just score.
I can do everything Embiid can do for scoring and rebounding. But guess what else I can do? I can pass.
And I can pass better than everybody on the floor.
I can pass better than everybody at my position, at least on the floor.
I think that's a difference maker. Don't get me wrong. Embiid is a walking bucket. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot from everywhere, which but
Jokic can too.
He has the explosion of a forward / guard if he needed. You know what I'm saying? Jokic is a literal walking Tim Duncan minus the Duncan. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think that's a big part of the game. If that's a natural skill set, you know, it was some controversy before with Jokic saying that he was a stat pattern. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it's a difference in the game, especially when you play basketball as much as they had. That if anybody wanted to get 10 assists, they could get 10 assists.
Yeah, that ain't easy.
That's definitely easy. But I'm gonna tell you why I still gonna pick Embiid. I like y'all answers. I love them. But the reason why I'm picking Embiid, bro, Embiid is almost can be like Shaq, because can't nobody guard him for real. You got to double him every play on. He actually, my man on average 10 assists and all that. But bro, he commands all the attention.
Name one center in the league that can guard Jokic one-on-one.
Well,
name one that can guard him one-on-one.
Embiid. What you mean? That was crazy. Like, what kind of question is that?
No.
Question is that?
No dice.
So, you know, that was a weird ass question.
I mean, crazy.
You said one-on-one.
One-on-one. Guard him easy.
The highlight of Jokic is that he is a team player. You know what I'm
saying? I'm not taking that away. But a lot of teams have figured out how to guard Jokic, and it ain't one-on-one. You can't guard Jokic with no center because Jokic got too many moves, right? He moves slow, but he got one of the best pump fakes up and unders in basketball at his position.
Right. I'm gonna tell you who shut it down though. Dwight Howard shut it down. All the up and under.
I think
he can't go nowhere. Too strong.
Dwight Howard.
A big part of why it's successful though. A big part of why it's successful is because he can pass, and that passing threat causes defenders to, you know, move when they don't need to move or fall to those pump fakes. But if it's 1-on-1,
if it's one on
pump
one,
fake ain't gonna do nothing.
for one,
and I'm just going back. This is stats. Yo, in the playoffs, in the bubble, what he do to him, Avery? What he do to him? We averaged 15 19
you know,
points.
all the way back to the
I got
bubble.
to, man. You just said, bro, I just told you.
So if we going way back to the bubble, what the hell was Embiid doing around that time of his career?
He was hurt.
No, he wasn't.
He
That's around that time in the
Man, he
bubble.
was
That's
hurt.
why I'm trying to tell you.
I'm
Like,
just telling you,
If we talk about
Embiid was hurt.
that bubble was what, about what, 2020?
Oh, 3
That
years
was
ago.
yeah,
yeah, that was 2020.
that was
when
prior to MVP Jokic.
No, whoa.
Yeah, he won 2 in a row.
Oh yeah, it was.
The last 2.
Well, all right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
but even
people games are evolving.
Embiid
You
can
went all
guard
the way
Jokic
back.
though.
No, he can't.
Man, you
But-
crazy, man.
You know why? Because
right.
Embiid, because he gonna have to come out to the top of the key.
So he can't guard Jokic on the bottom. Crazy, man. Hey, listen, I don't mean to.
Jokic can handle the rock and get past.
He's not getting
You
past.
keep talking about how slow the game look.
Man, listen, Jokic's gonna be shooting 3-pointers.
But Embiid was
and
still
Jokic can't guard
averaging
Embiid.
points.
Look, Jokic can't guard Embiid though.
I mean, yeah, I don't think Jokic can really guard.
He was still
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where Jokic or Embiid, they both have grown in their role, right? But I feel like it's just one of those things where Embiid, he's a dominant defender, and because he's dominant,
not that dominant.
I don't know what you looking at.
Pretty
So
dominant.
he ain't dominant.
He's a decent defender.
No, he ain't decent. He's a dominant defender. He's dominant. He's dominant, dog.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
And then when you talk about Dwight Howard was one time
Don't say
defensive player of the year.
He was.
Hey, dog, you say the bubble, but in the bubble, he was still averaging 27 points. So Embiid was still averaging 27 points, 13 boards. And I mean, I mean, 27 points, 13 boards is you still gotta give it up for it, man. I mean, regardless, in the bubble or not.
Man, listen. Man, Embiid score. He scored in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Embiid definitely
MVP this year. 37, 12 board, 13, 12 board, 13, 12.5, something like that. Like 3.9 assists. Bro, I'm starting. It's a wrap. Let's go.
Yeah, he averaging 33.
Let's go.
30
what's gonna happen though?
It's man.
Look, Embiid was averaging 33 points, 10 boards.
30 points, 12 boards?
10 boards.
Oh, 10 boards, 10.
That's all right. Listen,
it's 33 and 10.
He should be the MVP for a reason.
He should. He definitely would be.
With that said, let's pause for a second. Let's take a break. And we're gonna come back. We got some more NBA playoffs. Then we're gonna switch it up to the NFL a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back. BetMoorSports. Welcome back to the BetMoorSports podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host, Stephen Troutman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we're sitting here. It's a family affair. If you don't know now, you know we are sitting here with my cousin, Kelvin Fuller, and my big brother, Deshawn Fuller. And we talking sports, as usual. You know what I'm saying? Deshawn, you're a Philly fan. Philly all the way around, right? Philly 76ers, Philly Eagles.
Yep.
And Guru, you're a New York fan, New York Knicks, New York Giants, you know. And then, Kel, you are a Lakers fan and a Commanders fan. All right. And I'm a 49ers fan and a Lakers fan. So how we ended up in the West, I don't know. But we there, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Sacramento, man. Sacramento is probably the most surprising team to me. Even though they was a good team and they got it, they are the epitome of the coach makes a difference, right? Mike Brown, he the coach of the year, and they playing like. Now, let me ask you this: do you think that they just a better team at this point than Golden State, or do you think that it's Mike Brown that know Golden State system?
Definitely Mike Brown no Golden State system, but they got a really good team though. They got a bench. They got guys off the bench that can get you. Got to go 30. Like they decent. They got a really good team.
Like what is it about De'Aaron Fox? Like he went savage in one interview and went savage from there on out. Now he's considered a savage. You know what I'm saying? Like my man just in the game going ham for no reason. Y'all think they're gonna sweep Golden State?
No. I don't think they're gonna sweep Golden State.
I don't think they're gonna win the series.
You can't sleep on. You can't sleep on Steph. You can't sleep on Curry and Draymond. I mean, you can't. They whole team electrifying. I mean, like they can swap in the moment.
Sean, you just bing. You know how the light bulb pops on. It's controversy. The king of controversy in the NBA right now is who Dylan Brooks want to be. Draymond Green. And I don't know if y'all seen the post that I made, but I put about Draymond Green. He stomped Sabonis in his joint. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like they gassed it up, saying he had bruised sternum and all this stuff because my man ain't stepped on him that hard.
He stepped on him that hard.
You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think he should have been suspended? I'm gonna start with you, Deshawn.
Yeah, I think he should have been suspended. I literally think he should have been suspended a long time ago for punching his teammate in the face. But if you look at that, I really honestly think that he played with a certain aggression that he used and he put it on the field. He displayed it on the field as well, on the court as well. So I mean, it just became normal to him. But you can't normalize something like that. You should always. I think he should have been fine.
What about you, Guru?
Hell no. That man shouldn't have been suspended. The man grabbed if you're gonna suspend Draymond, suspend them both.
Yes.
Because why you grabbing my leg? That's not a basketball play. Y'all gave him a tech, but y'all suspend Draymond based upon reputation, and that ain't right, especially in the playoffs. Suspend the man solely upon reputation.
But you got to also think about it is this, that regardless of what, when he need him in a place that could have been devastating.
He grabbed his leg.
He grabbed his leg.
I mean,
but you saying grab.
We in the midst of a basketball play.
Stepping on somebody to end their career.
Well,
let's say, for example, if
Deshawn, if a person grab your leg on Young Park Court, you trying to go down the court, what you gonna do?
Exactly.
You know,
with the Durangos on.
Exactly. Right. Anybody in here, and we all family going.
Yeah.
We might do worse than Draymond.
I also feel like
he grabbed my leg. Yeah. He didn't, but he literally sized him up and looked for a good place to stomp.
That's crazy.
So you think he
did all that? I seen him because his theory was, I'm not the most athletic person. I gotta land somewhere and I gotta step. He looked down and then he ain't really stomp him like he could have stomped
him. But he did stomp him and then jump in the air. It seemed like he was jumping in slow motion when he did it. He was like, ah.
Man, he was at the bounce house.
Literally.
So when he punched, so he didn't mean to punch his teammate in the face either.
Well, that's his teammate. No, his teammate. His teammate had no business running up on him like that.
Yeah, that's true.
No. If you look at that video, he walked it to him and he just looked.
Jordan Poole act like he wanted smoke Kane, then he won't smoke.
No, he swung.
Yeah,
I think he hit that man.
He did.
When he hit that man, he didn't walk up.
He did, and he grabbed him.
If you look at him, and he walked over to him.
It was two different types of smoke in the air that day. And you know, while Jordan Poole wanted weed smoke, he got cigarette smoke. And cigarette smoke causes cancer. So
i.e. a punch in your face.
Oh man.
But no, he shouldn't have been suspended, man.
What about you, Kel?
He definitely shouldn't have been suspended. Man, grab my leg. I'm kicking him. He's lucky I kick him in the face. I would have kicked
him in the face.
Yeah, that's That was
but you got to understand too that somebody in the previous game grabbed Draymond's leg and they didn't call a foul. Right. So now you making this normal that we could just do this. So you got to set an example. Should he have been suspended? Nah. Could he have handled it a different way? Yeah, I'm sure he could have. You know what I mean? He could have let the man grab his leg like they did in the first game and don't get a call.
The way that you explained it, and you said he grabbed the man's leg, that's almost like saying, "Oh, he grabbed my leg. I took my gun out and shot him."
No,
that's extreme.
No, Sean.
I'm glad you went there because even so, you can't dictate my reaction once you cause a reaction, right? If you smack me in the face and I decide to go get my gun and shoot you and blow your head off, you caused that because you ain't had no business touching me. You see what I'm saying? You can't tell the reactor how to react once you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
just
you can't do that.
Think about it when the neighbor's dog came in the yard and you pulled your gun out.
Okay. Exactly. Would you gonna kill the dog because he bit you?
No, I was gonna shoot the dog.
I was gonna shoot the dog because it came in the yard.
Exactly.
The dog ain't even bite.
You ready to kill a dog for being a dog?
No, listen. If I got bit by a dog when I was younger, and I'm terrified of dogs.
Exactly.
So for me in general,
Draymond might have had his leg grabbed when he was younger. He might be terrified of people grabbing his leg. He could have tore his ACL or anything.
Hey, look, I feel you.
So, Guru, you said something that was interesting too. You said you don't think Sacramento gonna win the series with the Warriors.
No.
So you think the Warriors gonna pretty much win the next 4 out of 5 games?
What I think is this. No, I'm not even gonna say what I think. Sacramento will have to win a game in Golden State before Golden State wins a game in Sacramento.
Right, but Golden State is trash on the road.
Right, and they're the best home team in the NBA.
Right, but that means that the biggest thing in all of this is Golden State has to win a game on the road.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you said that because if you go like this, Sacramento has done nothing more than what Sacramento supposed to have done: defend home court. Now, say Golden State go home and defend home court. Say Sac go back and defend home court. Say Golden State go home and defend home court. Who do you like in a game 7? The defending champs with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Steve Kerr over the upbeat Sacramento Kings.
And don't forget about
Andrew Wiggins.
Yes.
He'll be more than back in game shape by game 7.
Oh yeah. I think
that we ain't talking about what you think. I say in a game 7, who do you like better? Sacramento in the coach of the year or this coach with all this hardware?
Well, from my perspective, I would like Sacramento in that regard. Number one, because Sacramento coach knows Golden State's system. Number 2, Golden State is a horrible team on the road. Number 3, it is game 7. And while Golden State got more experience than anybody in the NBA right now, outside of LeBron, I still don't think that it's going to be enough for them in this regard to get over that hump in Sacramento, especially with all the drama that they done created with Draymond Green, and he done went and stood and start hyping the crowd up. You know what I'm saying? Do you realize
he did the same thing in Memphis?
You realize the amount of niggas that he about to get? But was Memphis the home team?
Memphis, he won games. Yeah, Memphis had a better record than I think Memphis might have had the best record in the West last year.
So there was a 8 seed beating a 1 seed?
No. They ain't playing. They played in the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Golden State and Memphis.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is they're gonna hear more niggas from the crowd.
Memphis played Minnesota. Minnesota got through the play-in with Pat Beverly, and Pat Beverly acted like he won the championship. They won the play-in game, and they went and played Memphis in the first round. Okay. Memphis smoked them.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So Golden State and Memphis played in the finals.
Okay.
Right? But remember, Ja got hurt, and Draymond had the whole whoop that trick.
Yeah.
Whole goddamn thing going on with the Memphis tile and everything. So that's what Draymond do. Draymond get the opposing team crowd in the game
close,
and that's what he do.
Well, Listen, all I know is they're gonna need him. All I hope is that he don't get suspended no damn more, because
It's likely. It's very likely.
they're at a disadvantage right now because they don't got him for the next game. They're already down 2. They got to go to Golden State and they got to defend home court, but they definitely got to defend, and they got to do it without Draymond. Which, as if we base it off of history says when Draymond gets suspended, Golden State don't come off the break real well without him, because LeBron broke.
How long
they had history?
He's
Just for a game.
Thought it was the rest of the game.
Oh no, hell no.
But back to De'Aaron Fox. I love him. I love his attitude. I love everything about him. Shorty is like, he ain't
him. He'll straightforward. He gonna talk the shit that he want to talk. Period.
And I got a question earlier, right? And I wanted to ask everybody in here. Do you think De'Aaron Fox is passing John Morant right before our eyes?
No, I don't. Only reason why I don't is because of what John Morant brings to the table.
What?
Nothing. Explosion.
Okay, outside of the explosion, we talk about from a playmaking, dog, Mamba mentality type ability. You know what I mean? That's what De'Aaron Fox is displaying.
I think
he don't care about none of the other team, what they doing. He out there balling, putting in work, and he doing what he do.
But believe it or not, I think right now John Morant is going through the blues, right? And he's going through the blues because of all the drama he's had to endure throughout the season. He's had a ton of drama. You know what I'm saying? He still got drama pending. You know, his daddy looks stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Usher Raymond.
Huh? Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And right now he's trying to find his way back.
Ja ain't making it no better putting the posts on with guns and all. He ain't making his.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like he going through the blues right now as far as everything that's going on.
Lakers look like they giving up.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. That's not surprising. They probably just feel like, well, we got one. We stole one.
But that's the objective of the road team, to win one game on the road, then defend your home court.
Yeah, but that can't be the objective, in my opinion. The objective got
be
to win every game.
No, the objective should be to kill when you can kill. But the reality is, if a road team wins one of the first 2 games on the road, he's done what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
it's just a theory of the NBA. It don't always work out like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's. I'll tell you one thing. It's a great time of the year for the NBA, because playoffs is legit. I give them the benefit of the doubt for sure. But with that said, let's switch gears just a little bit. Let's switch gears to the sport that I think everybody like more than the NBA. You know what I'm saying? The NFL is always going to be lit. Now, NBA a close second, but the NFL gonna always be lit. And we already know who the fans of where and what, how, when, and why, right? Because of course, you are the Commanders, the Giants,
you know it,
the Eagles, and the 49ers. And of course, I want to put the camera on Deshawn, because Deshawn, I just want to make sure that we're clear. You was at my house during the NFC Championship.
Oh yeah.
You know, he was sitting there saying, "Oh man, it's tough. That's messed up. Y'all got it wrong here. That won't really a touchdown. Or that won't really a catch that they gave old boy." Then he gets home and posts on social media all the trash talk he could find.
So now that, hold on, before y'all start on that, I just wanted to tap in with a little bit of update. Milwaukee is up 75-43 without Giannis over Miami in game 2.
I think that's a comfort thing, man. I think Miami feel like we got one.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but what I was saying in the last segment is that Milwaukee is just a way better team than Miami, and Tyler Herro missing from Miami was going to hurt them more than Giannis being missing from Milwaukee, based solely upon the fact that Milwaukee's just deep.
Right.
They're surrounded
Miami needs Tyler Herro.
All stars and all NBA caliber players. And they need that extra 20 points to go with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, absolutely. You tell you something that I like right now. I like the fact that I'm sitting in the room. All right, take a look. I'm gonna run that back again. I I'm sitting in the room
My camera off.
with a bunch of NFC East teams. You know what I'm saying? And
Best division in football.
Yep. Yeah. It definitely was.
This year and history.
Definitely was the best.
This year, and
And then listen.
History of
Avery,
football.
we gonna even make it even better. What's division got all 4 teams got a Super Bowl?
The only division in the NFL.
we own the
we
division.
always go back to
No.
I'm
You
just saying.
you opened up the floor
Because you said the NFC
You
East,
said
and then you
East.
laughed like
So
it was a joke.
Just,
Like the
just
NFC East
to
was a
make sure
joke.
that you understand and you know that all 4 teams in the East.
You went around the cameras like you was about to say, you know, the beautiful thing about this is you in the room with all your big cousins and brothers, you know what I mean?
All 4 teams got a Super Bowl.
He's got a Super Bowl. We got 2 Super Bowls.
Who made sure life was easy for Avery growing up. Nobody was bothering Avery. But you went straight to the NFC East attack.
Yeah,
the NFC
like
East was
it was just like it was a
I thought you
joke.
was ready to say some real stuff.
No, I thought it was a joke or something. I mean, I don't know.
I was about to say, look, man, everybody, I'm in the room with my big brother and my cousin who, you know what I mean, made sure that
mistaken, we almost done something last year that ain't been done in a long time.
We're gonna be fast real quick.
I almost
and we should have though.
We almost sent the entire division to the playoffs.
Kelvin,
we crunked that up. We messed that up.
It ain't been done in years.
Listen, that's all.
I don't think it's ever been done.
I won't trying to come at y'all division.
That's how it
sounds.
The only reason why I laughed is because of the irony that I'm sitting here and it's y'all division. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Listen, man, the reality is
we just need Brian. We just need Brian in here. You know what I mean? The whole division.
Started to get Brian in here.
The whole division is here.
So my number one question was, who do y'all think is going to come out of y'all division, and why? Start with you, Kel.
Man, you already know
about playoffs.
Hey, look,
who's gonna win the division?
Yeah.
You already know who's gonna win the division. No one defense in the division.
The Eagles.
No. That was last year.
They had it.
We
can't. How we got
that? We only going by last year. We're only going by last year. We're only going by last year.
The division going into this year, Kel.
Last year.
What the hell?
We're only going by last year. You're only good as last year to this year.
Check that month.
Y'all got a new defensive coordinator. Deshawn going on with that.
Hey, but listen. All I was saying is this: is that we got 70 sacks in the whole deal going.
And y'all won't get that year.
No.
Y'all better have more than that.
Listen, regular season.
How many times y'all sacked Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl?
Y'all got
you bad y'all took care of them saying this for the Super Bowl.
I can tell you how many times that we sat that the Giants quarterback. I can tell you how many times
in the Super Bowl
touchdown on the Giants quarterback. I can tell you how many times we beat the Giants
in the Super Bowl.
We beat them 3 times
in the Super Bowl
in the entire season, 3 times. So the Giants can get 1 win on us.
Somebody hang a banner in the link to say Philly beat the Giants 3 times.
Hey, we might as well. And when it's a division, is a big
But
deal.
see, that's how you know that y'all the worst team in the division, the only team in the division with less than 2 Super Bowls, because you celebrate anything as a victory.
No, it's not anything as a victory. It's not anything.
Hooray, you beat the Giants 3 times.
It's NFCs. See, listen, this is my thing. Okay, this is my thing. When you deal with the NFC East, or you dealing with the NFC East as a whole,
Avery, did they make a trophy for
winning NFC? Taking our games personal.
I don't.
Listen.
Unless I got my money on.
Yeah, you do. So I got you on the Jumbotron.
Do I take the game?
Nails.
So that meant I took the game personally?
No. You took the game. You take the game personally.
Do I take Avery? Do I take games personally?
He's a gambler, so he focuses on the money.
Hell, do I take games personally?
Hey, no.
But you've been in the room with me while I bet against the Giants.
But one thing that I can say,
I bet against the Knicks last night. So I don't care nothing about I don't play for the Giants.
You see, people, this is how good
you take them games personally.
Hey,
we got because I took one from our coach, and I took y'all whole division, and y'all see how y'all was the first united. Oh, we the best division. We the best division. Next thing you know,
but I take
it was switched over.
Because I'm gonna take shots.
Y'all was taking Uzis.
I'm taking shots.
Because Cam came right out the gate and just said something crazy.
I ain't say nothing crazy.
You did. You say that y'all the best division in the league. I mean, the best defense.
You said the best defense.
And I don't know how. Like, you just leapfrog everybody in the division, and you ain't. What did you do
Let's
to upgrade your defense?
Nothing.
Let's
They didn't do
What did you do to upgrade your defense?
Kev, what I don't want you to do.
Be honest, bro. We ain't really need to do nothing but to get some more DBs.
So what DBs did you get?
Not some more DBs.
What DBs did you get? Which ones did you get that upgraded your defense?
Listen. This is my whole thing. They don't even have a quarterback yet. They don't even have a quarterback.
They got Sam Howell. Pretty good.
Oh my God! So that's who. I guarantee you, that's not who they're gonna be. I guarantee you, that's not gonna be their starter going into the year. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, that's not gonna be your starter.
Gonna be the starter.
How much you want to bet? Lord Jesus, I wish I could bet. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Magic Johnson got that team now. I guarantee he doesn't be that starter. I guarantee you, he don't be the starter.
That guy not even on our roster. He's the quarterback on our roster. That guy.
Okay.
Sam has to start quarterback.
That words, he's not going to be the starting quarterback in the beginning of the season. That's what I see.
But I'm going to tell you.
See, this the part where Avery go from being the host of the BetMoorSports podcast to the little Fuller in the house. Because y'all ain't going to even let Avery show me. Over talk Avery. Man been saying, say something for the past 20. Y'all in his house on podcast and won't even let the man say a goddamn word.
Some things never change. Some things never
will change, man.
Hey, all I was gonna say was I agree with Deshawn in this regard. Sam Howell's not gonna be y'all starting quarterback. I feel like y'all gonna make a move at the draft at the position to improve and create a competitive environment. Because right now there's no competitive environment for y'all quarterback. And if Sam Howell is what y'all have, then the level of expectation is different. And I think when you got new management coming in, management is going to come through the door with the thought process of we want to build our team the way we want to build our team, and the draft has not happened yet.
So the owners are new owners, right? They're not really considered new management until they clear that front office.
Right, but no matter what, whether they new
if you don't
owners,
clear the front office, it's still business as usual.
I read an article.
Well, if you hold on before you start, Sean, if you don't clear that front office, it is business as usual unless the owners tell you to do something else.
Yeah.
So if the owners come and say, "Hey, management, we want a new quarterback,"
right?
You know what I'm saying? If the owners say, "Hey, we got the assets to make a move to get a better quarterback than what we have," then they're gonna have to figure that out. And a big part of the problem might have been that Dan Snyder ain't say nothing. He out here messing with little girls and shit.
I read an article that Magic wanted to go after Lamar Jackson.
And he ain't gonna get him now. They don't offer Lamar 200 guaranteed.
Oh yeah, he going.
And Guru, you sent me that article. Guru sent me an article that said Lamar went to the front office and said he want Odell and D-Hop, and he'll stay. And they already got Odell.
They're going to get D-Hop. They're going to get him.
Draft time coming. Listen,
one trade for him.
I feel like
draft going to be crazy.
That draft is going to be astronomically
because so many people are already jockeying for position, and it's so many free agents and so many people that's unhappy on their teams that.
Yeah,
that's the leverage.
That's the leverage.
And there's some good players in this draft.
It's some really good players, especially at the quarterback position.
And Philly sitting with 2 first-round picks.
Exactly why Sam has to be our quarterback this year. Because
that was not a valid point at all. How is that exactly how?
So you comfortable with Sam Howell, and Sam Howell is going to win the NFC East?
I don't. I listen.
With you in a division that every team went to the playoffs, but y'all, he gonna get y'all over.
Man, we going to playoffs.
Man, what the hell you put in that boy?
Ain't nobody put nothing. Ain't nobody. Listen, man. What we did was we just beat up our line. I ain't even tripping. Our offensive line. First of all, hold on. Hey, man. What we do is stacks. We stacks.
Yeah, we like
that. So that means my offensive line usually rate one of the tops in the NFL. I'm just telling you. But we was weak at right tackle and guard, bro. We went.
So y'all got better as a team.
We did get better,
and with Sam Howell as a starting quarterback.
He's gonna beat bro.
And he gonna leapfrog a team that went to the Super Bowl and 2 teams that went to the playoffs and won a playoff game.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that they should have been put him in. I mean, I ain't even tripping, man. I ain't tripping. I think they should have just. I think they should have been put him in the game. I'm just saying true. Like, I think that they should have been gave him a chance.
What's good about Sam Howell?
What you mean what's good about it? He ain't even got no sample size yet.
Right, no, I'm saying like.
I'm just telling you, man.
So without a sample size, there's so much faith in him.
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
So if Sam Howell come in the league and do what Brock Purdy did,
that what you think?
He could. But only thing about Brock, only thing with that, he's gonna run though. Sam Howell gonna run. That's the only thing, bro. He can run. That's it. What I'm saying is, man, the man can play.
So Sam Howell can come in the NFL and win his first 7 starts.
The possibility.
Yeah, I believe that you just being a fan, right?
That's what he doing.
I just want to charge you. You just been
terrible.
terrible.
But the thing is that for the people who don't know him, it's him.
Hey, remember this podcast now, though. Just remember what the day is.
What
team, right?
Hey,
one
thing for certain, 2 things for sure. I'm gonna capture this moment.
Yeah, please.
When y'all come out the gate and y'all 1-7,
we ain't gonna be the 1-7.
Hey, I sure hope not. I really hope.
I hope not too.
I
just hope for the benefit of the division that y'all not.
Well, we not gonna be 1-7, bro.
I just know that.
What's your schedule look like starting off? Or they ain't put the schedule in order, did they?
No, they ain't put it in order.
Man,
they used to do that around the draft.
But I know that.
We ain't gonna be no 1-7 though.
He ain't gonna be no 7-0 neither.
Might not be.
It won't be.
Won't be.
Yeah,
hey, Kevin,
you close to 500.
I ain't saying nothing. All right, well, listen, man. But y'all gonna be 700.
It depends on who we get first.
Okay, the same thing.
I don't care who y'all get the first 7 games. Y'all ain't gonna win them.
You crazy,
Kevin? So you
say we ain't gonna win the first 7 games?
You can get your 7 easy games the first 7.
What I'm saying to you is, y'all not either. And what I'm saying to you is, y'all not either.
Kevin, we have one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Y'all had the best offensive line.
We had both. We still got it though, Kev, because we ain't lose not one offensive line.
Yeah, but y'all lost y'all scheme.
But y'all lost your scheme.
But you do know that the team.
Y'all ain't gonna be the same like last year, man.
The team that lose the Super Bowl don't expect to play.
At least give us the chance to not be that. What you want us not to be. I know you don't want it.
I mean, like, for real.
Hey, I'm sitting in here today with NFC East drama.
But you sitting in here, but see, this is what you're doing. You're sitting in here with 2 fans of their teams and they bias. These are the 2 most biased fans.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yes,
the history of fandom.
I'm not biased.
Are you completely?
I can tell you that. I can tell you that.
At least I admit
other teams out there that has stuff other than the Eagles. I'm not biased. I'm going to stand on what we have.
Hey, Justin, I admit I'm biased though.
You are.
Admit it, man.
But see, the thing about Kev is biased to anything that has any direct correlation with Kelvin Fuller.
Big fact.
If he coaching it, he biased. If he play for it, he biased. If he a fan of it, he biased. If he fuck with you, he biased towards you.
Yeah.
Like, if you from Norfolk, Young Park, anything that directly correlates to Kelvin Fuller, he is biased.
I can hear that nigga from Young Park. He gonna score 30.
He gonna score 30 and get 20 blocks, 20 rebounds, 20 steals, and 20 assists. He will be the first in history with
30, 20, 20, 20.
20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But
and 0 turnovers.
0 turnovers. That's life, boy. Can you imagine that? That'll go viral. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. All right, so
Can I say the Commanders gonna win the division?
Yeah.
So, all right, so who you think gonna win the division?
Between the Eagles and the Giants.
Okay. Now the Giants did surprise the shit out of me last year. They surprised you too. You know what I'm saying?
We did because we had a lot of new things. But prior to the season, I told you that a coach makes a difference in the play of the quarterback, and it makes a difference in the play of the scheme because we had playmakers at key positions, right? What I didn't expect was us to be so good and Kenny Galladay to be so bad. What I didn't expect was us to be so good and Sterling Shepard to get hurt at the beginning of the season, right? So the Giants upgraded that tight end. They got a true tight end if he can stay healthy. You know what I mean?
Because when you were saying that, I just kind of had a PTSD flashback. Didn't you tell me that Kenny Galladay was better than Debo Samuel?
At the point of the time that we got him versus the time of Debo was in his career, yes, I did say that.
Okay.
What was wrong with that?
It was wrong.
Kenny Galladay just led the league in touchdowns, and he was an all-pro wide receiver. Debo had done nothing in the league at the time.
Debo was like his second year in.
That's why the comparison was at that time. What I say, Kenny Galladay is
if you base it off of statistical information that can't be valid because it's not enough sample size, right?
Well, his stats was better than Debo's stats that prior year, and he had done something in the league that Debo had never done.
Let me ask you, do you still feel the same way?
No.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to.
I also said that I felt like the Joker, the boy that we sent to Kansas City, was a baby Debo.
Yeah.
If he's healthy.
Yeah. And now you wish I had him, don't you?
No, I don't, because that turned into our tight end, Darren Waller. I'll take Darren Waller over the Joker.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean that's
well, he ain't had no confidence in his team. I knew I was telling people, bro, the Giants runs that football, and my man, if you don't make no mistake, they can win. Their defense was really good. I was telling people that I'm dead.
Defense was average.
No, their defense was not average.
A lot of those games they were fumbling. A lot of those games they were fumbling through. It wasn't like they actually won all their games
like convincingly, right?
It was not all their games wasn't convincingly. But what was trying?
How y'all know football?
Check it out.
You win by 1 point, 5 points, 20 points, 30 points. A win.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard this saying? Have you ever heard this saying? And this from NFL players, people that played the game. The NFL is a one possession league.
Yes.
Very rarely, and this comes from an NFL player, and it comes from me, a professional handicapper that gambles on the games regularly. Very rarely do you see teams win by 2 touchdowns or more in the NFL. Very rarely will you see teams lay spreads of 10 points or more in the NFL. Anytime you do, 9 times out of 10, you take the underdog, right? And it's only simply because the NFL is just that competitive of a league. The worst team can beat the best team on any given Sunday.
That's why I say that, man.
But that takes me back to another conversation that we had, Guru. We had a little a debate. Might have been on the podcast, where we said, and we was at difference. Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And you said
Saquon Barkley.
And I said
Saquon Barkley at that time.
At that time?
Yeah.
No, at that time. That was
at the first time you said Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
Then you came back and apologized and said, I apologize.
Right.
Saquon is better than Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
Until Christian McCaffrey
became
landed on the and now he's all of a sudden back.
Well,
being the greatest running back in the
Well, the reality is the moment he came to San Francisco, he became a better running back than Saquon.
But he did that because he had a better line.
Right.
Saquon Barkley line is not better.
And he still didn't have a better year than Saquon.
Listen, he had a triple crown game. And I called it triple crown, but he threw court and ran for a touchdown.
Bro,
Saquon ain't never came close to that.
Saquon probably has never attempted to pass in NFL.
He's a workhorse.
Right? There was also a game where Christian McCaffrey was the quarterback by default because the Eagles had knocked every one of your quarterbacks out the game, and he did not throw a touchdown in that game.
Of course, he didn't throw the ball. Or he tried to throw one ball.
He did throw the ball.
That was the game y'all needed him to throw a touchdown.
No, man, we needed a quarterback. That was hard.
He didn't get no triple crown that day.
I got a question. So if your third string quarterback is your starting quarterback,
your third string quarterback is your starting running back.
Okay, all right. So your third string quarterback is your starting quarterback, and your fourth string quarterback is backing him up. When do you go get a quarterback? Before you get to the playoffs?
Well, you can only have 2 quarterbacks.
No. Okay.
Many quarterbacks if you want.
You can only have 2.
That's a lie.
They are working on changing that now. You can literally listen. That is why we only had 2 because you can only have 2.
That's not true.
You can only have a first and second string quarterback on game day active.
That is not true.
That is true.
That is not true.
Fact check it.
Y'all don't have to fact check it. We carried 3 quarterbacks all year for real.
But y'all carried them, but y'all didn't activate 3 quarterbacks every game.
Yes.
You can't.
Yes, you can.
But dog.
Yes, you can.
Dog,
They are trying to change that now specifically because of what we endure.
But dog, my point is this. Are you going into a playoff game with your fourth string quarterback as your backup quarterback?
Yes.
No. What I'm saying is this. I will have to.
He think that we supposed to go get a whole nother quarterback to learn Kyle Shanahan's system.
If
you don't do that,
you don't go get
you don't go to a game expecting your first and second string quarterback to get hurt.
But
however,
both of those quarterbacks are backup quarterbacks. Right. They're not National Football League starting quarterbacks.
Their backup was a National Football League quarterback.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they're. What I'm saying is these. Like prior to the body of work that Brock Purdy put in, he's not a starting quarterback.
But he was the starting quarterback at that time. He was 9 games into the career. He had won all 9 of them.
But what I'm saying, like, if you take away all the games that Brock Purdy did, and you just had Brock Purdy and you had him, he would not be a starting quarterback in the league.
Sean, if you give Brock Purdy all the games that he won, is he a starting quarterback in the league?
If at that point, he earned the starting position.
That's what I'm saying. So at that point, he had earned the starting position.
But what I'm saying is,
he barely got touched.
I'm telling you, I'm not.
He was successful.
Can I say something to the camera?
With a backup quarterback,
for the record,
regardless.
Deshawn has not had an alcoholic beverage. So what you see here is what you get.
Yo, ain't no way. I can't see.
I can blame a little bit on the liquor. Avery might can blame a little bit on the liquor. What you hear from Deshawn Fuller is Deshawn Fuller.
Let me ask you this, bro. So what do you feel like we should have did in that situation?
I think that y'all should have made a change at y'all backup quarterback.
Give me an example of a change.
Y'all should have kept Brock Purdy then, or did some research, did some kind of research to find out who knew the quarterback, the coach's system.
But they had a backup quarterback for their game.
That backup quarterback was. You saw what happened when he got in the game.
He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. He was like a deer in the headlights.
No, but he had a whole bunch of NFL stars.
I'm about to say, and he played for Cal Shanahan. That's where they got him.
That's exactly why we got him, because he already knew the system. It's more work for somebody to try to learn the system before the biggest game of their life.
Yeah.
Hey, what you
versus finding a person who already know the system. You find a person who already know the system and who has proven that they can operate in the system. The reality is had he not gotten hurt, it would probably been a more competitive game.
Definitely.
And that's mainly because he can move the ball to a degree. And before he got hurt, he was starting to move the ball. But we are a team that's predicated around creativity. And because we are predicated around creativity, it's creative. To be honest, I feel like that's the type of stuff that Kyle Shanahan look forward to. Because now he could be creative. He could open the playbook further. He can make or put people in places that people don't expect and create for players. Like, it's a reason every running back we get is successful. Every running back we've gotten, no matter what, every time a running back get hurt, every time a new running back come in, they are successful. No matter who it is.
He's just like his daddy, though. People don't realize the Broncos would plug anybody in that system and they was getting 1,000 yards. Everybody. No matter who it was.
It's just like his daddy. It's just about having a person who can throw the ball when we need him to throw the ball, whether it's a dump down, whether it's a specific read or whatever it is. But when we ain't got nobody that can throw the ball at all, when you know that we're going to run the ball, and all you got to do is play the run the whole time, it's no way around it.
It's anywhere.
Literally. You know what I'm saying? But Sean.
But Christian McCaffrey is a beast at running back, regardless of what. You could give him that boy the ball and know he coming.
They done put that kid in Kyle Shanahan offense.
Yeah.
And he definitely proved his worth, in my opinion.
Y'all get an all-pro quarterback, it's over. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, listen.
I'm just saying, I ain't saying Brock Purdy ain't good, bro. I'm just saying, if y'all get a consistent a quarterback that's really good, well, y'all a problem.
It's crazy because I think a lot of people say, it's game tape on Brock Purdy now, and I completely understand that.
Even with the game tape, he's still gonna be good.
Right. I think people don't understand that Brock Purdy got experience now, and experience make a difference when you're on that field. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that because of the experience, that's gonna help. He understand. He know the system already, and he got experience to where he can do whatever need to be done. Now, some things stand out. Like, the guru is the king of rain on a nigga parade. No lie. He gonna share. He gonna share on Facebook with me. Brock Purdy say he don't know if he gonna play this year.
I didn't share that for the record.
Oh no, he ain't shared. He tagged me.
Nephew shared it, and I tagged you
He
because I felt like you might want to know.
I felt like
So what? Why did he say that?
But I had no. I'm just saying, like, Brock Purdy was good in college. He should have.
He was decent in college.
He wasn't no decent. He was
No,
good.
he was
he was really good.
He was up for what?
He was first team all something.
He was really good. He was arguably probably one of the best quarterbacks.
Literally.
In college football, yeah, he came out. Man.
That's why I say people.
I'm just telling you right now, like, he threw for 500 yards about 4 times. Something like that.
Does that make you good in college football?
Bro, he can play. But I ain't the stuff that he was doing.
He was first team or whatever conference.
I'm gonna hit you with this right here. I'm gonna hit you with this right here. The stuff that he was doing, them games, he thrown for 300.
Baker Mayfield won the Heisman Trophy. Baker Mayfield done the same thing and 10 times more than Brock Purdy. Baker Mayfield a good pro.
Baker Mayfield didn't translate to the NFL game like that.
That Brock Purdy did. Baker Mayfield ain't did none of that in the NFL. But what I'm saying is that man was throwing like that. The stuff that he was doing,
he did. The college game and the pro game is too tough.
It is, but what I'm saying to you is the stuff that he was doing in them games. That's what he was doing in college.
Brock Purdy was same thing in college.
The same thing. He was good.
What did his team do while he was in college?
What you mean? What his team do?
What his team do?
Man, you already know, man. How many people know? The dog, don't do that. How many people on the football team, dog? Please tell me. How many people? But don't do that.
But he was.
Don't do that. He was a monster. Don't do that.
Big 12.
Yeah.
He was All-American now. What?
At Iowa State.
Hey, All-American now. He was All-American.
He was All-American.
He was All-American.
He was all Big 12.
He was All-American.
He was all Big 12 first team.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, dog.
What year?
2020 and 2021.
Hey, dog. Not even on that, though, dog. Hey, dog. Not even on that. You can't say
Jalen Hurts came out of Big 12.
Yeah. I'm talking. He was in the. Him and Brock Purdy played at the same time.
And he punted Jalen Hurts. Give me that money.
He outplayed Jalen.
Man,
they lost the game.
He won the game,
but he outplayed Jalen Hurts.
Man,
he outplayed him.
He did.
Yeah, he outplayed the shit out of him.
He outplayed the heck out of him.
Shit out of him.
Yes, he did.
Literally.
They both had great, outstanding games.
Right, but he had a better game.
He did. Man.
He lost.
It don't matter. He can't win the game.
Keep telling him that. I just want to just ask him.
Okay.
How many people?
Jalen Hurts outplayed the shit out of Pat Mahomes.
Exactly, and that's the story of that Super Bowl.
Who won?
But that ain't the story of the Super Bowl.
Is Deshaun celebrating Jalen Hurts?
Absolutely. The chance he can.
Not for that Super Bowl.
I guarantee.
You know why? He didn't go home.
Deshaun said, "I don't care. Jalen Hurts outplayed Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes."
And if I ever hear him say that, I'm gonna tell him how stupid he sounds.
He biased. Biased niggas don't care.
He definitely biased.
Straight up. Speaking of which,
so Brock Purdy better than Jalen Hurts based upon that one game in college. And in this year,
I'm simply talking about that he is a really good quarterback in the NFL. That's all I'm saying. You compare him to goddamn Baker Mayfield.
You could base that off of. No, I was saying what Baker Mayfield did in college too. So you base him winning 9 games in his NFL career as him being a really good.
No, I'm basing off him winning his first 9 games.
Baker Mayfield
the first 9 games he ever played in the NFL.
Baker Mayfield had good seasons in the NFL.
Well, which ones was it?
When he took the Browns to the playoffs for the first time in a long time.
And lost?
I mean, Brock Purdy lost.
Not in the playoffs. He lost in the championship game.
He lost.
That's the difference. And Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. And Baker Mayfield was #1 overall.
For a reason.
For a reason, right?
Yeah.
I bet if that draft was to happen over again this year, he wouldn't be Mr. Irrelevant.
We need a bigger sample size of Brock Purdy to crown him king of quarterbacks.
What I'm saying is,
who's crowning him king of anything?
Avery, you made the man a great NFL quarterback.
Listen, man.
Off a 9-game resume.
How many games?
9.
Okay, now he got 9 games.
10 games total.
He won 10 games. He won 9 games. He got 10 games total. But he was balling. Now,
good.
This is what I'm about to tell you though.
He played good within the system.
Okay, but he played better.
Jimmy G played good within the system.
Man, he played like that, man. Man, don't even do that, man. Bro. Hey, dog, don't do that.
So you mean to tell me that he played like Jimmy G in the system?
Man, don't do that.
Jimmy G played good with
the question, dog. You saying that he played like Jimmy G in the system?
He accomplished
it's a
no more than
closed-ended
Jimmy
question.
G accomplished in that system.
What?
Jimmy G went to the Super Bowl.
Hold on. Hey, that's your team, but let me finish on
Okay.
that. Hey, bro, you already know.
So he accomplished more as a quarterback than Jimmy G in that system.
And that, hold on, first of all, Jimmy G went to the playoffs with him. He did a little thing.
Jimmy G was.
I'm gonna hit you with this. He was Super Bowl, okay. But man, yard wise, getting touchdown wise,
That don't mean shit. Wins mean everything.
Time out. He just said accomplished. He just said accomplished.
That's when it comes to wins and losses.
Man, he looked way better than Jimmy G in that system. I mean, 2-3 times better.
Easily.
I mean, all of this it sounds good.
I'm just telling you.
What I asked is, what did Brock Purdy accomplish in this system that Jimmy G didn't accomplish?
Well, hold on, man. Hold on. I ain't saying
these are simple questions.
I'm gonna answer. Jimmy G went to the playoffs.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Listen, Super Bowl. Okay, he went to the Super Bowl with him. He still won't playing like dynamite good.
Okay.
Hold on.
Avery, you're not a fan.
I'm just telling you the truth. I ain't no fan.
Prior to Brock Purdy, when Jimmy G is not in the starting lineup, what's the success of the San Francisco 49ers?
They was garbage.
Right. We lose.
Okay. So, therefore, a lot of the wins, that proves that you can't just plug anybody into Shanahan's system and they win football games.
You can plug a good quarterback in that system.
Go ahead.
Jimmy
He's
a good quarterback.
Go ahead,
right?
Yeah.
And that's all I can say about Brock Purdy. Right? He's a good quarterback.
He's better than Jimmy G.
I can't say that because he has
crazy. No, this is
accomplished no more than Jimmy G.
This is the reality of it, right?
Man.
The reality is
more yards per play.
Hold on.
You say he
for a quarterback that nobody has film on. That is fine.
Hey, he's better.
Let's revisit that after a year.
We can.
Let's revisit that after a year. Because
he's better.
I'm not saying that Brock Purdy is a bum. What I'm saying is that he has not accomplished more than Jimmy G.
Look, I understand our argument, man. I'm just saying he's better.
You saying he did.
I'm saying he's better. I ain't saying he's
say that.
Just put it this way.
Better, bro.
Just put it this way. Even if you took 9 of the best games Jimmy G had with San Francisco, but not equal to the 9 games that Brock Purdy had with San Francisco.
Take 18 of his best games. It still ain't equal.
Keep talking about his games and his best games. I'm talking about as a starting quarterback with the San Francisco 49ers, Jimmy G accomplished more.
I'm going to get him right now. Man, listen to me, man. 49ers got the best defense. Is you can run the football, which they do a lot. Run the football. Anybody who can play quarterback really good is going to look good in the system, man. You keep saying anybody, you can't plug anybody in. You're right. You can't just plug anybody in. And guess what? Brock Purdy ain't just anybody. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Avery. You got to say that?
They had confidence in him from the gate.
I'm just telling you the truth.
We're talking about 2 quarterbacks. You done went somewhere totally different.
But all right, so look, let's jump in real quick because we got some quarterbacks that's going to be getting paid real soon. And you got Joe Burrow.
I want to say this. Hold on before you go in the further. Brock Purdy had 178 yards against Arizona, 284, 234, 217, 185, 210, and 66 yards passing.
How many touchdowns?
13 total.
He had 13 total touchdowns.
107 games.
In them
7 games. He had 13 touchdowns in 7 games.
9 games.
In 9 games.
He had 13
he played 7 regular season games.
No, this is
he only played 7 regular season games.
It's showing that
9 games.
He got stats for 9
regular
games.
season, Deshaun.
Yeah. That's 9 regular season games.
That's 9
So he played 9 regular season games.
Yes, he did.
So then he went 11-0 then.
No, because a couple of them games he didn't start. So you only get wins for games you start.
Right.
You only get wins and losses for games you start.
So are we counting the stats? The game he didn't start?
No, we just counting I didn't count it because them games he threw for 0 yards.
Right. And those games he threw for how many touchdowns? 0.
That's what I'm saying. Threw for 0 yards and 0 touchdowns.
Right. So he threw 13 touchdowns in 7 games.
Right. Okay. That's still less than 2 a game. That's not great.
That means he had 1 game where he threw 1 touchdown. If you based it off of average. 1 game where he did not throw 2 touchdowns.
Well, yeah, I agree. That game he threw 0. Okay, that's cool. If
It's
that's what you're looking
irrelevant that we're
for.
talking
I
about.
understand that, but we talking like the man came and just lit the league on fire. They are a run dominant team. He played solid football, bro. He didn't come in throwing for 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. He won't doing that.
I ain't say that.
That's what you act like. You say go look at the yards.
I said he's better than Jimmy G. He ran that offense better than Jimmy G.
Avery say take Jimmy G best 7 games and compare it to this man best 7 games.
What I'm telling you right now, look at his percentage, his completion percentage and touchdowns. That's it, bro. And don't even look at that no. And you look at Jimmy G completion percentage and touchdown, and then tell me what's going on there. I just need that. Tell me that.
Jimmy G got 1 game that he threw for less than 200 yards.
Okay.
This year, right?
How many touchdowns?
He threw 16.
And how many games?
10.
So he threw 16 touchdowns in 10 games.
For real, yeah.
So that tells you that he went at least.
My man better, bro. And it's that simple, right? Hey, thank you for proving it for us,
but you keep saying I proved it, kid. I didn't.
Man, he in 7 games he threw 13 touchdowns, and 10 games he threw 16 touchdowns.
Let me ask you this question, Guru.
That don't make sense.
How many games did Daniel Jones play?
He played 16.
He played 16 games and threw 15 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
What does that tell you, bro?
We're not a passing team. We didn't have receivers.
Hey, got quarterback. Come on to me. So,
and we surrounding them with talent, but we're not a passing team.
Hey, yo, 49ers not the passing team either.
But look,
exactly.
He threw 15 touchdowns in 16 games.
In 16 games. So Brock Purdy threw 13 touchdowns in 7.
And he had a better completion percentage than Brock Purdy. And he had less interceptions. And 11
he had less interceptions than who?
Brock Purdy.
How many interceptions did Brock Purdy have?
6.
And he had 5.
Yeah.
In 16 games to 7 games.
That's a big difference.
Listen, all of them.
Is that not a big difference?
Matter of fact,
if I threw 5 interceptions in 16 games and you threw 6 in 7 games, you damn near threw 1 game
this year.
Like 9.
Jimmy G played in 9 games.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy played in 9 games.
Brock Purdy played in 9 games. He started 7 games.
Okay.
Regular season.
Okay. Brock Purdy finished with 1,300 yards.
Okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo finished with 24.
Okay.
That's a good
touchdowns. 16 touchdowns.
So who was the better passer? Who threw for more yards?
Receptions.
Let me ask you something. Would you rather have a quarterback? Because if I recall, Jalen Hurts, he threw for 3 touchdowns and had 125 yards passing. Would you rather have a quarterback that for more touchdowns or for more passing yards?
It depends.
Guru?
It depends.
What do it depend on?
What it depends.
Hey, quarterbacks in the league that throw touchdowns.
The reason we have the stats is because Kelvin go to the stats.
No.
That's the reason Kelvin go to the numbers.
Hey, yo, man.
That's what we're going to talk about today.
They can.
Touchdowns, bro. I ain't even.
They are.
Throwing touchdowns.
But why running backs in the league?
The run touchdown.
So who usually have more touchdowns?
Running backs is in the lead to move the ball.
So if I get us down to the 5-yard line, we run the ball in from the 5-yard line. That's a bad look on the quarterback.
No.
Daniel Jones threw 15 touchdowns, but how many did he
listen, if we talk, think about it.
Wait, I ain't talking about that.
How many did Saquon run? How many did Christian McCaffrey run? How many did Elijah Mitchell run?
Saquon.
You know what I mean? So if we get to the
even though we're a running team, my whole point that I was making out the whole aspect of everything we've been talking about is simply our team was better on the offensive side of the ball the moment we got Brock Purdy.
Okay, well, let's go back to this. You say take Brock Purdy best 7 games compared to Jimmy G best 7 games. Jimmy G got a game where he threw for 316, 322.
How many touchdowns?
326, 322, 314. 1 touchdown in that game.
16 touchdowns in 10 games.
Hold on, we talking about his best 7, right?
It's 10.
1.
How many touchdowns
he threw for 316 and 1 touchdown.
1 touchdown.
He threw for 322 and 1 touchdown. He threw for 296 and 2 touchdowns. He threw for 299 and 2 touchdowns. He threw for 326 and 2 touchdowns. He threw for 257 and 2 touchdowns. He threw for 314. Brock Purdy don't have a 300-yard game on his resume.
Brock Purdy had a 300-yard game in the playoffs.
Okay. Oh, so we going to playoffs?
Go to the playoffs.
That's where you want to go?
Man, don't do Jimmy like that in the playoffs, man. Like Jimmy is still my guy. Jimmy barely got time in the playoffs. We just ran the ball the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, hey, bro.
That's a fact.
But Brock Purdy threw for over 300 in the playoffs.
Yeah, he
Brock
definitely.
Purdy best 7 games ain't better than Jimmy G best 7 games.
Listen, if
It was a good track.
if you're
but it
basing
ain't-
yardage off of best games, then
I'm basing
your
yardage.
point is
I'm
valid.
basing winnings.
But
I'm basing completion percentage. I'm basing touchdown to interception
based
ratio.
on
I'm
winnings,
basing everything.
those best games, I guarantee Jimmy G lost quite a few of those games.
You asked me to do that, bro. I didn't.
I asked you to do what?
Hey,
Go
Kelvin
compare the best 7.
And Kelvin said,
Okay, the 316 he won. The game he threw for 326 he lost. 322 he won. 314 he won.
Keep going.
296 he won.
He just going to the wins.
Yeah, that's what
They go to the losses.
He said the 3. He said the 329.
he said one.
329.
He ain't just lose one game, bro.
Okay, Jimmy G lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in his whole San Francisco career.
Listen, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, man. All I'm simply saying is,
now I'm gonna go rewind some of these tapes for y'all when y'all can see that Avery was Jimmy G. Jimmy G was the savior.
Listen.
I already know.
Rewind now, because this is part of being a complete fan bias.
Hey, listen.
Right?
Hey, Kel got to get up out of here, man. Listen, Kel, we appreciate you, brother. We love you. It's been a great journey. We're gonna take a break, man, and let Kel get on and handle his business. But with that said, hey, we'll be back. BetMoorSports. Welcome back to the BetMoorSports podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host, Stephen Trotman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we're sitting here with my brother like no other from the same mother. If you don't know now, you know. I got a question for y'all, too, because we still in NFC Eastville.
NFC East.
And I just want to know, Eagles, Giants, whose quarterback is better? We're going to start with the Guru. Guru, Daniel Jones is your quarterback. The Eagles quarterback is the newly signed richest quarterback in the NFL, Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Jalen Hurts for getting the bag. Shout out to his agent for the fine self.
His whole agent group.
But Daniel Jones got paid too.
Daniel Jones got some money.
Yeah, he got some money. He got paid.
He got pennies on a dollar compared to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But the question is, who is the better quarterback? Guru.
Man, that's not really a fair question, to be honest. Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones.
So let's take that question, and we want to put it in a position of, we're going to just say Jalen Hurts and Daniel Jones are both on the Eagles with the same offensive line, same receiver, same everything. Which quarterback do you feel like is going to be more successful?
I mean, like I said, that's another question that kind of coincides with the same question. If they both on the, I say if you put Daniel Jones on the Eagles without Jalen Hurts on the Eagles don't fall off.
Really?
Yeah. I say that.
Okay. So you feel like that no matter what, you put Daniel Jones on that squad, he's going to have the same success as Jalen Hurts?
Absolutely.
Okay. What about you, Sean?
I can't say you're going to have the same success as Jalen Hurts. I can say that it's already been proven, and they had a controversy before saying that Jalen Hurts it was the system of the Eagles that made Jalen Hurts who he was, and we have seen that when Jalen Hurts not in the game, that system is not a system. It's not system made that way. But for me in general, I believe that that there are two different caliber quarterbacks. I believe that Jalen Hurts he's a playmaker. He go outside. He does above. I think that he's gonna get you the gritty yards, and he's gonna make sure he don't turn the ball over as well. So for me in general, I don't see Jones just stepping into the Eagle system and maintaining it. So I mean,
So what you're saying is that I'm confused because Daniel Jones had less interceptions than Jalen Hurts this year,
well,
and he played in more games.
what I'm saying is,
So you said something about turnovers, and one is a playmaker, and one goes the next year.
yeah, I don't.
They
think,
the same quarterback.
no,
One looked
they're
like
not.
you, and one looked like.
Hold on,
They're not.
hold on. Let's pause there for a second. Let's take this in, because the guru, take a look at his face, just said out loud
They're
that
interchangeable.
Daniel Jones
They're
and Jalen Hurts
They're interchangeable.
are the same
They're
quarterback.
interchangeable. Daniel Jones has not had the career that Jalen Hurts had, so that
Guru.
makes Daniel Jones not as good as him in comparison
I just
to
want to say
their
this
careers.
again, Guru.
Mhm.
Daniel Jones
They're interchangeable.
He not.
and Jalen Hurts are the same
They not.
quarterback.
Yeah.
They not.
I don't see a drop off if Daniel Jones go to the Eagles.
So
And I see that, and I see a major drop off if Jalen Hurts go to the Giants.
okay, so let's kind of get a little deeper into these quarterbacks, right? Let's talk about strengths and weaknesses.
Are we gonna put the stats up for the people to see?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so we'll let the people
So
see the stats too.
so right, but we don't want to bank on stats, right? Because stats don't get me wrong, stats is significant because stats is gonna get you paid. But I don't think those stats was enough to get Dan Jones paid like he should be paid if he is the same as Jalen Hurts.
But he got paid like he should be paid. He paid like a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
He's not paid like a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the
No,
NFL.
he's not. He's not even in the top comparisons. If you look at the if you look it up, if you look
up the top 5
if you look up the
quarterback,
you look like Aaron Rodgers.
Look it up right now.
And you feel like Daniel Jones
is paid like a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the league.
Daniel Jones definitely not top 5.
No, he's not. There you go. You automatically got Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. There you go. You got there you go.
Jalen Hurts is the highest. So if y'all starting with Aaron Rodgers, y'all looking at a bad list.
No, Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. There's more. Daniel Jones is tied for 8th.
That's top 10.
What? You said top 5.
Top 5, top 10, Avery. Don't miss
top 5,
you
top
said
10.
For top 5.
You say top 5, top 10.
Because I don't know if he's in 5 or 10, but I know he's definitely in 10. So if I say top 5, that's like saying 1 through 10.
Daniel Jones is getting the same as Matthew Stafford and Dak Prescott.
Okay.
2 washers.
But he's paid like a top 10 quarterback. That's what he's worth.
That's what washers get paid.
That's what he's worth.
He almost tied with Kirk Cousins.
And the only reason why he's only paid like that is because he waited till the time that his contract was up to have his best season.
Okay.
And a lot of that has to do with the change in the organization. The man had a different offensive coordinator his whole career, bro. Except 1 year, he had the same offensive coordinator 2 years out of his whole career.
So you feel like that he'll have a repeat performance this year coming up?
Yeah, or even better. Not only because the fact that we're surrounding him with talent. I mean, a lot of it depends on if the receivers stay healthy, right? But I'm saying if you give us that receiving core that Philly had, he have a way better year than he had. He was hitting wide open receivers. They was dropping the ball.
I'm just still trying to, and I'm letting it sink in a little bit, but I'm still trying to fathom you saying that Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts.
They're
Same
interchangeable.
caliber quarterback.
They're not.
They're interchangeable. What separates them?
Everything.
Give me something that separates them.
Let's see. The patience of Jalen Hurts. The decision making of Jalen Hurts.
Mhm.
The passing accuracy of Jalen Hurts. The running skill set
The
of Jalen.
passing accuracy of Jalen
Absolutely.
Hurts. That was his Achilles heel this whole career. He was not an accurate
Until this year.
This year he was accurate.
Until
He
this
was
year.
super accurate. You could go back and look at some of the games and look at how with the placement of the ball, everything.
Like that's
So what goes into accuracy? Completion percentage, right?
No.
That's the accuracy.
Bro, listen, completion percentage is completing a pass.
That's accuracy.
No, you do realize that a forward pitch is a pass, and that's a part of your completion percentage.
Okay, but still, it's accuracy.
That can't be considered accuracy if it's debatable.
So if I have a better passing completion percentage than you, that means that you're more accurate than me. Daniel Jones had the better of the two completion percentages.
That just means that you completed more passes than I did.
No, that doesn't mean I didn't. No, that's not completions.
You completed a higher
percentage.
Right, that's it.
That means a lot.
Bro, you do
quarterback percentage.
You do realize that when you got Saquon Barkley getting forward pitches, that you cannot incorporate that.
No forward balls, no fucking Saquon.
So y'all don't ever pitch nothing forward to Saquon. Everything about y'all offense go through Saquon.
A forward pitch is a shovel pass.
A shovel pass is considered a pass.
So the Eagles don't do no shovel passes.
I don't know.
Yes, they do.
What I do know is that Jalen Hurts contributed more to the passing game for the Eagles than Daniel Jones.
Who had a higher completion percentage?
What else did he have higher?
We talking about complete. We talking about accuracy.
Like if you gonna speak towards it, you know what I'm saying? Like my biggest thing with Daniel Jones is he had a good season. That's all that I can say to that.
Yeah, he had a good season.
Jalen Hurts had a good season.
No, Jalen Hurts had a great season.
He had a good season.
He was in the MVP race.
He had a great season. He finished second in the MVP race. And he took his team to the Super Bowl.
That based upon the fact that his team overall success.
His team was the best team because of him. He was the biggest part of their success.
Okay. We ain't arguing that. Well, what I'm saying is
Daniel Jones the biggest part of y'all success?
No.
Yes.
Saquon Barkley was.
Saquon Barkley was the reason for y'all success.
We can argue that. We can argue that your wide receiver core was the biggest asset of your quarterback success.
But see, that would be true if my running back didn't have over 1,000 yards.
No, it's
my running back had over 1,000 yards.
So you're proving my point. You had a better overall supporting cast.
We had a better team, period. So
right.
that's a fact.
So you had 2,000-yard receivers and 1,000-yard running back.
Yeah.
How many 1,000-yard receivers the Giants have?
I can't help that.
0.
So we supposed to
listen. You do realize that the quarterback is what make these receivers 1,000-yard receivers, right?
You do realize that the Eagles had the best offensive line in the NFL, and we had the 30th.
Okay. Do you know that?
You do realize that the
how many
Eagles
times was Daniel Jones sacked?
You do realize that the Eagles had the top 5 wide receiver core to the Giants 26 wide receiver.
You also realize
that mean nothing.
You also realize that Joe Burrow has had the worst offensive line for the last 3 seasons.
T. Higgins, Jamar Chase.
He still had the worst offensive line.
You still need time in back there. You need time to get the ball back.
So wait, now you're arguing that you don't need time.
I'm arguing that Cincinnati had the best wide receiver core in the NFL, and the Giants still had the 26.
Right, but what I'm saying to you is that Joe Burrow was still able to get those passes off to these players.
Is we have something that is greater.
Guru.
You have so if you have the 27th, 28th, 29th, even the 30th worst offensive line in the NFL, you still have the best receiving core in the NFL.
Well,
we both know. Y'all ain't making no sense.
We both know. You
don't need time to factor y'all out. You don't need time to throw quick slants. You don't need time to do that stuff.
We've talked about receiving cores and quarterbacks.
No, you don't need.
You play football.
Not for those particular routes. Not for those particular.
He get 10 yards.
Not for those particular routes. We're talking about.
But that ain't what Joe Burrow was doing.
No,
don't make it seem like Joe Burrow was just sitting there throwing his passes the whole time. Joe Burrow was actually throwing the ball.
y'all is crazy, man, for real. Because if you don't understand that you can have the worst offensive line, but if you got the best if you got the best wide receiving core, the offensive line ain't gonna be horrible the whole game. So 2-3 plays that they hold up, I got time to go downfield and develop these plays. The rest of the time that I'm doing long development plays, guess what I'm doing? I'm getting sacked.
It's weird that you're trying to justify the level of success of Daniel Jones based upon his offensive line when you got another quarterback who is
he has the best wide receiving core.
Right. But what I'm saying is listen, Daniel Jones can have the best wide receiver core if he gets them the ball. But your reason for him not getting them the ball is because of the offensive line.
Avery, that's not making sense, bro.
How is that not making sense?
Because if I got a receiver, then you played receiver, right?
Yeah.
You play receiver.
Yeah.
So if I put you at receiver, you run a 4.340, and I put Avery at receiver, and he runs a 4.640, and he's not as good skilled as a receiver as you with his feet, with his body movement, with his hands, or his speed. Who's going to get open quicker?
I am.
Exactly. So if we got the worst receiving core and the worst offensive line, then how can the quarterback make the receiving core better if they can't get open?
But now you arguing technique.
I'm arguing the fact that we got bottom 5 in each category.
What you're arguing,
a team has the worst offensive line, but they have the best receiving core. Jamal Chase is one of the best off the line of scrimmage, bro.
Right, but
every last one
what you're arguing is coaching. Then, if that's the case,
that's not coaching.
Because listen,
skill set.
So what you're saying to me is, again, because we had this conversation before,
our number 1 wide receiver didn't pan out. Our number 2 wide receiver got hurt. So we playing the whole season with our number 3 wide receiver couldn't get on the field because him and the coaches was beefing. So we traded him to Kansas City. Our number 4 wide receiver got hurt, Wan'Dale Robinson, that we drafted. So we playing the whole season with the 5, 6, 7, 8 wide receivers. When anybody knows that the depth chart in the NFL is a 2 deep, 3 deep depth chart.
Dog, answer this question. Answer this question.
But
answer
we
this one
played
question
with the worst wide receiver core damn near in the NFL.
Dog, getting into the NFL, is that a good task? Is that a great feat, or is that something the average? Can an average person get into the NFL?
No.
So that means that who y'all have on y'all team are above average people, right?
That don't make them better than people that's
dog.
Not only that, y'all front office pick these people, right?
None of that has anything to do with it.
All I'm trying to say is that only thing I'm saying is that these guys,
different points.
These guys,
and we argue a whole different points, and it's an
okay.
argument based upon a bunch of foolishness.
Okay, here you go.
Because we talk about front office, we talk about GMs, we talking about coaches. None of that has to do with the fact that Daniel Jones put up damn near the same season as your quarterback with the 30th worst offensive line and the 26th worst wide receiving core. When you had top 5 of both.
You asked me, was they interchangeable? I said no. You asked me, was they
you did sit here and say they were the same.
Was they interchangeable?
You said they
told you they're interchangeable.
I said,
and they're not.
I said they're not. That's what I'm. That's my only argument.
That sounds a little biased. Let me ask you something.
Really not.
If you put Tom Brady in your system, is the success level the same as Daniel Jones?
Success level?
Like, is the results going to be different?
If Tom Brady was in the New York Giants
with
system,
the receiver core that y'all got,
that he would probably had more touchdowns than Daniel Jones for sure.
Y'all have star receiver.
He would have had he would have had more passing yards than Daniel Jones for certain. He would have had 700 less rushing yards than Daniel Jones. He would have had 8-9 less rushing touchdowns than Daniel Jones, and we still would have had.
Daniel Jones only had 7 rushing touchdowns.
Basic average wide receiving core, and we would have still had the same mediocre offensive line. The only thing that separates Tom Brady and Daniel Jones in that setting that you just made is the ability that Tom Brady decision making is much quicker.
So you don't think that Tom Brady made the players around him better?
Yes.
Okay,
decision making is much quicker.
so
He took the ball out of his hand quicker than damn near
my,
quarterback in the
so
NFL.
my thing to you,
Jalen Hurts don't do that.
so my thing to you is
So now we're comparing Jalen Hurts and Tom Brady.
No, we
No.
not.
That's what we went to.
No, he
So
was saying
we just
he
threw
was
Tom
saying
Brady.
was-
If I put Tom Brady on the Eagles, they win the Super Bowl.
Oh, hands down. I ain't gonna lie.
So what are we arguing?
But see,
But that's like putting Kevin
was
Durant
our
on
question.
Golden State Warriors.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Yeah, so what was the purpose of even mentioning Tom Brady?
because I'm talking about Daniel Jones.
Tom Brady has no more.
We-
Tom Brady can't make the Giants a Super Bowl team. They wouldn't have won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady.
They
We went to the
further than
playoffs.
y'all went.
We went to the playoffs. We won the playoff game. That's
Right.
probably more than he would have done. He would have done the same thing.
He would have did more.
He had a better receiving core in Tampa Bay.
I
He
feel
had
like
a better offensive line.
He
in
would
Tampa
have
Bay,
made
and
one
he
of
didn't.
those receivers a star.
He had Mike Evans. He had one of the best receiving cores in the NFL, and he ain't do nothing. He ain't do no more than we did. We won the Super Bowl. I'm talking about this year.
We're
We're talking about this year.
You can't argue that point.
That's
My man done won a Super Bowl with them.
You said you put Tom Brady on this Giants team.
What I'm saying is he's already proven what he can do with them.
So that was a bad comparison. What
No,
I'm saying
that's
is
not a bad comparison.
What I'm saying is if you put Tom Brady on this Eagles team, he win the Super Bowl. You get Tom Brady the best offensive line, Tom Brady the second, third, fourth, fifth best defense,
I don't think
and that
so.
receiving core, they would have won the Super Bowl. Easy. They had a 2,000-yard receivers and a 1,000-yard rusher.
I don't think Tom Brady would work in that system. I feel like that system.
You're gonna put any system around Tom Brady in that.
The Eagles was so successful.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
The Eagles was so successful because of Jalen Hurts.
No, I didn't say you could put anybody in that system.
The way
you
that
can put Tom Brady's system with that core, and he wins the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady's system.
Because you got to know that wherever Tom Brady go, Tom Brady's not running the same system as the Eagles.
Right.
If Tom Brady get there, the coach gonna say, "Oh, we got Tom Brady. Implement his system."
But what I'm saying to you is the personnel on the Eagles is meant for a quarterback like Jalen Hurts.
No, the hell is not.
Listen. The reason why Jalen Hurts is successful, the reason why he's looked at as far as his decision making, is because he run when he need to run. He throw when he need to throw.
I got.
But if you got a pocket passer with the best offensive line, you don't need to run.
This is the
they call design run plays.
Jalen Hurts ran when he needed to
They
run.
called design run plays, bro.
But he also had plays that it wasn't designed to run.
Because that's their
that was
system.
touchdown.
Dog, you mentioned
that's my point.
You mentioned
the point is if you put Tom Brady on that same team, they don't run the same system.
They're not. But the reason
that's why Tom Brady don't fit that system.
But Tom Brady don't fit no system. Tom Brady is the system. You said it yourself. He took the system from New Orleans with him to Tampa Bay. He didn't fit Tampa Bay system. He took New England system with him to Tampa Bay. He doesn't fit in it. He is the system.
Dog, the reason that we have 1,000-yard rusher is because of the fear of Jalen Hurts being able to take off with the ball. So our system is catered to Jalen Hurts having the dual threat capabilities and being able to go both ways.
And his ability to throw the ball downfield and throw the ball with a way higher completion percentage than goddamn Jalen Hurts could ever imagine, a way better QBR, far better decision making, then you can no longer load any man in the box to stop no kind of run because you got two number one receivers on the outside. You do know that, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying
you
is
had a number one
away
receiver, Devontae Smith, last year, and you brought in a new number one receiver that was a number one receiver in Tennessee. Now he's a number one receiver in Philly. So you got two number one receivers on the same team. Tom Brady never had that in New England.
Who was the two number one receiver?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. You think he number one?
He was the number one receiver last year.
Yeah,
that was based on the personnel they had, though, right?
He was their default number one.
They got AJ Brown, and he turned to the number two.
That's right.
Right.
So they're both 1A, 1Bs, to be honest.
If you but on the same token, from being an Eagles
Devontae
fan,
Smith can go to.
I don't think the sample size is enough.
But Devontae,
listen,
Brock Purdy sample size is enough.
I never said that.
But
I never said that, though.
This man had a great sample size, bro. The man was a number one last year, the number one this year. Last year he had damn near 1,000 yards. He won 1,000 yards. It was 1B.
So
if we saying that Devontae Smith can't go to half the teams in the NFL and be the number one,
yeah, he can.
Okay, so
this is just based upon this because he
got a receiver on the Giants that can go to any other team and be the number one.
He got thrown the ball. He got
my point exactly.
Kenny Galladay was a number one, and then y'all ruined him.
He ruined himself.
Y'all ruined himself. Y'all had two potential 1A, 1B receivers, and y'all just
Sterling Shepard could never be a number one on no other team.
Sterling Shepard.
He's a good player and he's a good teammate.
What's the dude name? They got traded.
Joke.
Lil Debo, yeah. He could have been a number one.
Yeah, man, my man want to do rap music.
He about to be the number one in Kansas City.
Kansas City don't need a number one receiver. They got Travis Kelce.
They gonna
Travis
still have
Kelce's the number one.
Travis Kelce is the tight end.
He's the number one.
He the security blanket.
He's the number one.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
He's the number one.
But watch the Joker had a career season next year.
I hope he do. I'm a fan of his. You know that. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
See, my thing is this: that Devontae Smith. They threw the ball to Devontae Smith. He actually completed 90. He actually caught the ball 95 times. He caught the ball. So his completion, his ability to catch the ball is like extraordinary. That junk is crazy. How if you threw the ball to the man 100 times, he catch the ball 95 times. So yeah, you ask, is he a number one receiver? Yes, hands down, he's the number one receiver.
I know this.
I don't think so. I don't think he got enough under his belt to determine that yet. That's a difference maker to me.
Hey, listen, if you finish the season with 95 catches, they're going 1,200 yards.
Yeah, but
they're going
averaging person on the other side that is going to leave you open all the time. You should catch the ball. Like that should be the case. Like I think that's the difference. But let me ask you this, Sean, because we ain't never get to that. With you, who you think gonna win the East this year? NFC East.
Who I think gonna win the NFC East? I think that the Eagles are gonna win the NFC East, and that's solely based upon that our positions, our offensive line is still intact. Our wide receivers, which were amazing dual threats, is still intact. Dallas Goedert is still intact. Our quarterback is still intact. So our offense, minus our running back, is still complete.
But y'all system about to change, ain't it?
No, the system is not going to change.
You don't think that a new offensive coordinator is going to come in there and want to stamp his own?
I mean,
no, because the quarterback,
but you still got the head coach.
Yeah, the head coach is still there. So the head coach was ultimately giving stamp of approval on any changes.
But you do know prior to the trade that Jalen Hurts' first season starting at quarterback, he only threw 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in 15 games, right? Because y'all said something about Daniel Jones 15 touchdowns. He only threw 6, and he only threw for 1,000 yards.
As a rookie,
61, right? He was a starter.
I'm saying, I'm asking.
Yeah, that was his first year starter.
Okay,
he threw 6 touchdowns.
He only started, but
15 games.
He didn't start in 15 games. He did not play in 15 games his rookie season.
15 games played, right there. 15.
Dog.
15.
His rookie. Okay, so
15.
What they got to do with his potential MVP season that just passed?
We understand that.
No, it says 15
games played.
All the way down.
Yeah, that's how many games he played.
That he came in a half a year. He didn't even complete the season. He came in at the back end.
How many games?
Back in the one season, he only played like a few games.
He played.
Dog, you gotta find your new resource.
How many of those games did he start?
How many games do it say he played though, bro?
Did he start those?
That's all I want to know.
Because if he got in during trash time on the game.
Hey, bro, the man played 15 games.
But Daniel Jones started from the gate, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But that's what I'm saying, that he didn't start from the gate.
Jalen Jones was picked number 6 overall.
Put the man in the game to run gadget plays. That's because when he first came to the league, they thought he was a gadget quarterback.
That's all they did. Yeah, so that's all they did for him was put him in the gadget plays.
That was a gadget quarterback.
What
Daniel Jones was.
Do they still think that he's a gadget quarterback?
He had a great year.
Right.
Daniel Jones had a good year. Jalen Hurts had a great year. That's why they got paid differently. But what I'm saying is his sample size is no greater than my man's.
Look, we can kill all this noise right now with a simple question. And Guru, you're a realist. You're a real one, so I know you're gonna keep it 100. Who would you rather have, Jalen Hurts or Daniel Jones?
Why is our system Daniel Jones? But that don't mean
he's fighting that question, man.
But that don't mean that Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. But I think that if you surround Jalen Hurts, because I've seen Jalen Hurts without the talent that he got now, and he wasn't that good.
Listen, did we make the playoffs without the talent?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Danny Jones
That's what I'm
made-
saying.
Danny-
No, y'all did not.
He made the playoffs this year, bro.
Jeez, I'm talking about last year.
With this
We made the
talent.
playoffs last year without AJ Brown.
But y'all still had Devontae Smith.
We can't take
We
that
don't
down.
have nothing compared to that, bro, and we still made the playoffs. That's what I'm saying.
They had Saquon Barkley.
Hey,
That's competitive.
They had 1,000-yard rusher too.
Right, but y'all had Saquon Barkley.
I understand.
How many receiving yards
dog,
Saquon had?
no, we're talking about last year,
Saquon
dog.
Barkley don't eliminate the fact that they
Saquon
had a
did
number
everything.
1, a number 2, and a running back that went over 1,000 yards.
Saquon was a number 1 and number 2, and a
No.
running back that went over 1,000.
No, we're talking about
You got to depend on the running back to be the best of
last
everything.
year without AJ Brown. We did not have 1,000-yard rusher without AJ Brown. He didn't run. Miles Sanders did not run for over 1,000 yards without AJ Brown.
Yeah, AJ Brown added a whole new dimension. He was a way better team.
Yes, because of the fact that he added.
Oh, he had to do what?
He added to the fact that we was already that dual threat. He gave us another dimension, and by him giving us another dimension, that put us in an elite category because of the fact that just because who AJ Brown is.
Right.
But on the same token, without AJ Brown, we still made the playoffs the year before. That's all I'm saying.
And we made the playoffs without AJ Brown or Devontae Smith, and without a receiver that has 600 yards receiving.
It's all good, man.
Get Daniel Jones, AJ Brown, and goddamn Devontae Smith.
He gonna do the same shit he did.
Yeah, the same year that Jalen Hurts.
No, he ain't.
Daniel Jones.
Oh, he ain't.
He had 1 year where he wasn't the turnover king.
That's
if he can consistently
Jalen
not
Hurts
be the
had
turnover
1 year
king,
where he was all right.
If he cannot,
and he still threw more interceptions than Daniel Jones.
Listen,
but Daniel Jones had far more experience than Jalen Hurts at that point in time.
One played 3 years, one played 4 years, bro.
That's more.
One was a starter.
That's 5 more experience.
That's all.
Jalen Hurts was a backup.
Daniel Jones came in backing up Eli Manning.
He came in.
He took that.
Man, listen, this is what I'm saying, is that Jalen Hurts came in as a backup to Carson Wentz. And they did not even want to, didn't even want to acknowledge the fact that Carson Wentz was a failed experiment until they got rid of their head coach. Then they gonna let Jalen Hurts they're gonna take the reins. But he backed up Carson Wentz all the way the whole time. When Daniel Jones came in, he sat down and started. Right, he beat him out of.
So Guru, just so that we clear, you said that you
interchangeable.
You would choose
on my offense, yeah.
Daniel Jones over. Okay, all right. Listen, I'm gonna take it for what it's worth.
And on the Eagles' offense, they interchangeable.
And say it again for the people.
And on the Eagles' offense, they interchangeable.
So Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts is pretty much the same thing.
If Daniel Jones was backing up goddamn Jalen Hurts instead of Gardner Minshew, when you put Daniel Jones in the game, you don't fall off at all.
Oh,
he can do the same thing Jalen Hurts can do. He can run. He averaged more rushing yards per attempt.
Gardner Minshew actually is a game manager. He done that manage the game.
Gardner Minshew ain't no Daniel Jones. Let's not do that.
Okay, did you want? I mean, you just said he can maintain the game.
No, I said that if
you
put Daniel Jones in over Gardner Minshew, that
it's no fall off.
No fall off.
I completely disagree, but to each his own. That's understandable. You know what I'm saying?
Because you formulated an opinion on Daniel Jones based upon what you saw prior to him getting with Brian DeBall, right?
Right. Absolutely. And so my biggest thing is
that's fine.
You can have a good year. It's the consistency that
Jalen Hurts only had 1 good year.
Jalen Hurts had 1 great year. Which is different.
But
that's different than having 1 good year.
It wasn't that great.
But did Daniel Jones?
It wasn't that great.
It wasn't that great, bro. He threw for 500 more yards than Daniel Jones.
Bro, he was a
ran for
candidate in MVP and took his team to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That
okay.
makes a substantial difference.
Okay, that don't mean you had a great year.
Oh, that is a great year.
What do it take to have a great year? Like,
you second in the MVP race.
Okay.
What's that? What else you got to do?
And it's arguable that he should have won.
I mean, okay. I don't think he should have won. But what makes it great, bro? Like you've seen great years from quarterbacks.
Right. I've also seen a team turn completely around in a circle.
No, what I'm saying
And
is you.
like Jalen Hurts as a quarterback,
Okay,
he did a complete
I'm gonna ask you
360.
this. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna ask you this. And you're an Eagle fan. If we take the top 20 all-time great years of a quarterback, single season, what do you think Jalen Hurts' year fits in the all-time greatest years of a quarterback?
Come on, man.
But see,
Listen
dog,
to that.
you can't do that.
Not
Dog.
in the top 20.
No, dog, you can't do
Listen
that
to
because
that.
It's a
dog,
great year.
because you
It was
talk
a
about
good
the
year.
individual. Okay,
Listen, you
this
try to compare it to other great years. Just because he had a great year don't mean
That's
that
not a
people
great
ain't had
year.
greater years.
dog. Other people
There's
had
been greater years.
years.
Man ain't throw for
But this year, dog,
man.
this year,
Listen, bro,
dog,
the man did not throw for 4,000 yards.
So,
dog,
He didn't throw 30 touchdowns.
so,
He didn't rush for 1,000 yards.
so.
What made the year so great?
What you mean? He controlled the fucking NFL.
dog.
They was undefeated until he got hurt.
At one point,
All the way to like week 14 or some shit.
dog,
The man had the number 2 defense in the goddamn league.
What that supposed to mean?
dog.
And he was
He also
surrounded
had
by
the
talent.
number what offense in the league? What number offense
He
ranked
was
he at?
surrounded by talent.
Right.
Dog.
But the moment he ain't played, they lost.
Dog.
Right?
That don't make the man had a great year, bro.
Dog.
It was a good
He
year.
had a great year because he was number 2 in the
I
NFL.
don't give a damn about that.
But that's what you don't. But there's voters that do.
That means that everybody else had a down year.
Regardless of what, if I'm the best out of the worst, they're gonna have a great year regardless. So, dog, you can't say that.
Hey, if I had a year,
So Daniel Jones had a great year then.
He had a great year in his own bubble.
Yeah, he had a great year then.
In his own world, you can say he had a great year.
Hey,
There's other quarterbacks that he had a great year over, but it just won't Jalen Hurts.
All right.
he ain't finishing the MVP race.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't even in it.
Jalen Hurts ain't winning MVP.
Jalen Hurts was.
He is not an MVP.
He competed for it.
Oh
That's
my
the difference.
God! He was second out of all 32 quarterbacks. Well, how many quarterbacks? He came up second.
He didn't win the MVP, nor did he win the Super Bowl. The man accomplished nothing this year.
Well, he won an NFC championship.
Oh,
That's
congratulations.
He beat the Giants 3 times.
Congratulations. We're gonna give you a banner for both.
Hey,
He won't get back.
good. Hey.
He won't get back.
Hey, but look,
He won't get back.
No.
look. So look,
So
let me
now
ask
you
you this.
sound like Kelvin. He won't get back.
Listen,
Dog.
I can't say that he'll get back. You know what I'm saying? But
Listen.
my question to both of y'all is, you know what I'm saying? The way in which we grew up, man, we grew up far different than a lot of these people out here. We grew up, I don't want to use the term poverty, but it was poverty. It was what it was. We witnessed things that a lot of people out here claim they witness or want to witness. And, you know, we actually lived that process in life. But one of the biggest assets to our life was sports.
Mhm.
You know, sports made a big difference for us, and it kind of had the ability to redirect us to a degree. To a degree, and I say to a degree, Guru, because you already know it won't shit about to redirect you. You know what I'm saying? But what position did sports play for y'all growing up? And do you think that we should emphasize sports to our kids to where maybe they can learn some of the same lessons that we was able to pull out of it? Sean, I'm start with you.
Well, for me, growing up in Young's Park, growing up in the projects, I always found ways to get in trouble. So for me, sports took me away, even for that period of time that I couldn't get in trouble because I played sports. It showed me the unity of a team. It also gave me direction because after playing football, I wanted to be the best football player out there. So for me, it was more like I found my niche versus being out there in the streets and doing things. So football showed me I had to put in hard work. I had to put in effort. I had to, in order to be something in the sport, you got to put in time and you got to put in effort. So for me, it was a way out. And it was also a way of having discipline, showing me discipline and things like that. So it made me who I am today because of the fact that I could have had a felony because I was in the streets and it kept me away from those things. So I never had that issue. being out there. So football did a lot. Sports in general did a lot for me growing up in the projects to keep me occupied until I knew the difference between right from wrong or what to do, and I was in control of my own destiny. So
Okay. All right. Guru, what about you?
And kind of the same thing, to be honest. It kind of took me, sports took me on a different path for real because growing up, I was always one of or the best players on the team, right? So I got kicked off of every team I ever played on, right? The fact that I was one of or the best players on the team always made the coach bring me back to the team, right? So for a long time, sports didn't teach me a whole lot because I was still undisciplined. It took me till I got to high school and I played for Booker T and I played with Coach Stepney that he instilled in us those words commitment, dedication, sacrifice, and discipline that I kind of understood because my junior year, Coach Stepney kicked me off the team and ain't take me back, right? But that same year, I did something that no other player ever done. I transferred mid-season and played with another team, right? Another team saw my ability, saw my talent. They took me in, and I really still didn't learn. My senior year, right? I went back to Booker T. Coach Stepney asked for me to come back. I went back. I wanted to be around Deshawn, Kev, my family. And, I still had the mentality of the streets in the hood. And I just wanted to be uptown and in school uptown, right? So when I went back my senior year, coach kicked me off the team again. Because I had the ability I've literally been kicked off of every team from Pee Wee to college to semi-pro. I've been kicked off the team. Every team brought me back except for my 11th grade year with Booker T. And then my senior year, he did the same thing. He kicked me off the team. The athletic director said, "No, can't let you do it. He too good. He got too much going for himself. You got to put him back on the team." And Deshawn would tell you, Coach Stepney came and left it up to the team to vote.
yeah,
And Coach Stepney's exact words was, "This y'all team.
yep,
It's up to y'all if y'all want him back. But if it's up to me, I don't want him back."
yep. I remember that.
And the team voted me back on
Yep.
the team my senior year, right? But I still ain't get it till after. After I understood that I was one who I was undisciplined my whole life, right? I was disciplined in the things that was important to me, but undisciplined to the things that was important to anybody but me, right? Um, and that came strictly from the fact that I didn't like authority, right? I hated authority, right? I hated to be disciplined. I could discipline myself, but I couldn't let nobody else discipline me, right? And when I look back on things, sports kind of helped me in regards to the commitment, to the discipline, to the dedication, to the sacrifice. You need all those things to be a productive and citizen in the world. To be a good father, you need commitment, dedication, sacrifice, and discipline. To be a good brother, cousin, uncle, son, business owner, you need all of those things, right? And none of them outweighs the other, right? You could be committed, but if you undisciplined, none of it works. You could be disciplined, but if you're not willing to sacrifice your time and you're not willing to put in the effort, none of it works. See, like Coach Stepney to me was like way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Because he might not have made a whole bunch of great football players, but if you look at the team, the Booker T teams that he coached, I could name you out of maybe 60 football players, 45 entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Who own their own businesses and are doing good in life based upon those principles.
Yeah.
Right? He might not have produced a whole lot of NFL players or produced a whole lot of, but he produced good family men.
Yeah,
Because he used to tell us what, Deshawn? You quit out here, you quit your family.
Yep.
You quit your family, you'll quit your life. You'll
Yep.
quit your kids. You'll quit anything if you quit out here.
God, can I say, Coach Stedman he did one thing, and we used to have this thing called the county fair. And the county fair was basically the hottest time in the summer where we came out and we actually we did all different types of things for the football field. But you had to be disciplined and dedicated to do it, because the county fair will make you want to quit. It will make you want to give up. It was like hot beating sun on you. You doing push-ups, you doing, and it was all team camaraderie. It was all things that brought us together as a team, but it made us more strong as men because we ain't give up, we ain't quit, we just continue to push forward.
But
So
that's the same thing when Fuller Home Restoration got March, they bring in 15,000.
yeah,
And April, they bring in 1,500.
yeah,
And May, they might not bring in $15. You know what I mean? So in business, you understand that you need that discipline.
yes,
You need that commitment. You need that dedication, because you're going to have times where it's going to be high. It's going to be low. But are you going to quit?
yeah.
You know, and that was kind of the main thing that I got from that, is that quitting ain't an option.
They want an option.
Right? Because he took that option away. You know, growing up, like I said, I've been cut from every team. And being that I've been cut, it was because I felt like the team needed me more than I needed the team. Right? And Coach Stepney was one of the ones that was like, what was one of his sayings, Deshawn? We'll go 0-10. But we're going to be the most disciplined 0-10 team out there. Like, ain't no one man above this team. I don't give a damn how good you are. And that was like a eye opener, a wake up call to, because the same as in business. I don't give a damn how good you are.
Yeah.
If ain't nobody buying your product, if ain't nobody supporting you, you got to find ways to get better.
Yep.
Right.
You got to find ways to market whatever it is you trying to sell. Or what's your option? Quitting. And guess what we understand? Quitting ain't an option.
Yeah, ain't an option.
Man, that's I mean, that's a big part of why people play sports now. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that, like you said, back to your original question, I don't necessarily feel like you should force sports upon your children, but you should make them get into something that's going to teach them discipline, whether it be a sport, a martial art, or something that's going to make them understand the value of team.
It's crazy that you say that, right? Because like my perspective is a little different, right? I feel like that when it comes down to children, we should force them to play. And I say that lightly, right? I'm not saying like force them to play against their will, blah.
Right.
Put them on a team, let them play it, let them see how they feel, let them develop a passion for it if they do. You know what I'm saying? But give them the opportunity to, you know what I'm saying? Where instead of looking at us forcing them to do it, it's providing them an opportunity to do
That's
it.
why I say you should put them into something, right? I think that every parent should put, especially if they got sons, you should put them into something.
Yeah.
Even like I say, even if it's karate, jujitsu, mixed martial arts, boxing, football, basketball, soccer, tennis, anything that's going to take away time from the street.
Yep.
And put them in an environment that's going to teach them discipline.
Right. Yeah. Discipline
Because
is
a lot of times as parents, a lot of parents ain't teaching discipline at home.
No, they're not.
And a lot of it has to do with the way that the kids grow up. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, we can get our ass whooped with anything. Like right now, CPS. You ever thought about calling CPS on that still? You know what I mean? Like, not gonna work.
Well, see, my perspective is a little different, right? Because I'm the youngest out of everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me being the youngest out of everybody provided me with opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I was a different kid. You know what I'm saying? I grew up watching y'all sell drugs, run the streets, you know, get in fights all the time, gang shit, all that stuff. And that led me to the rec center. When I was a rec center kid, I went to the rec center and I played all the sports: baseball, softball, kickball. If they had a sport for it, I played it because I was a rec center kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't run the streets. I wasn't trying to, you know, sell crack and all that. You know, inevitably, you know, things happen to its own degree, but playing those sports kind of helped me learn it helped me to understand the need for brotherhood, right? Because everybody needs that in some way, shape, or form, whether it's a female needing sisterhood or a male needing brotherhood, right? To understand the concept of trust,
Yeah.
right? Trust is essential. If you grow up never trusting a person, you're going to be alone, right? That's just the reality of it. Nobody is meant to be alone. Hence the reason why we are fated to do things like get married and have kids and things of that nature. Blah, blah, blah. That's beyond that. My experience in life came from me being able to witness certain aspects of life. For me being able to witness, like, uh, Guru, you carried around pistols. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Deshaun ran the streets. He was a whore. I hate to say it that way, like that. But, cared for it all the time. But everybody plays sports and everybody provided an avenue for me to look at and say, yeah, let me go and either get better than that, or let me go and try to mimic it in some way, shape, or form. That made me become a better player in that degree, but I limited myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where like the father aspect was missing. You know, growing up, I ain't had no daddy or no father figure to tell me, hey, go play this. Go play that. Anything I played it because I was in a rec center and they said, hey, you should play. I didn't have a trainer or somebody to teach me anything. Kel taught me, and Kel's a couple years older than me. You know what I'm saying? So it was different from my perspective, but in the same instance, I was able to see a lot of the mistakes that some people may have made and tell myself, yeah, let me not go that route. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I wanted, no matter how many times y'all showed up with fresh kicks and fresh fits and made me want to go and get one, I was more content with what I had because I knew that there's consequences behind it.
Yeah.
And I made it a point to avoid those consequences because of the goals that I set. You know what I'm saying? I was a school guy. Me and Deshaun had a class together when I went to Booker T. And they used to always look at us and be like, I can't believe y'all brothers. Y'all are night and day.
Joe, they used to, I listen. I used to get in so many like fights defending him because of the fact that they didn't look at us and be like, yo. It's like I remember he was getting in a fight on the basketball court, and I went over there and I'm nailing the dude, I'm hitting the dude, and he like, why you hitting me? So yo, you hitting my brother, man. You fighting my brother. That ain't your brother. That ain't your brother. Y'all look nothing alike. Yo, I used to get in so many fights defending this boy, man.
It happened in every way because
I
like
don't want to tell my basketball story. Basketball court stories with Avery.
I'm telling you, like it happened like that constantly because number one, people didn't realize like who my family was. You know what I'm saying? Like in our neighborhood, people know who we are to a degree, but people who don't know who we are really don't know who we are. And in the same instance, the ones that do know, they know to a degree because like on the basketball court with you,
I won't talk about the basketball.
we gonna keep that in house. But it's always one of those things where I'm a learner, you know what I'm saying? And so paying attention to my environment, paying attention to the details helped me to learn and understand certain aspects of the game. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I feel like I need to force my kids to play to get them out of their shell. Right?
Right.
Kids develop their own shell early. And if I can force them to play and get them out their shell, maybe build some confidence, then it'll motivate and develop a passion for whatever sport it is that they're out playing. I think for us, we play multiple sports, which made it easier and it helped develop athleticism. And when you only got a kid either playing a sport or not playing sports at all, uh, they get the bare minimum out of athleticism. So, um, but listen, it's a process, man. I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? It taught me a ton. I'm the biggest basketball fan ever. I ain't gonna sit. I don't got war stories about being on the football field and things of that nature. But that don't deter my knowledge of football, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you know everybody had different paths.
Yeah.
So it's greatly appreciated. And with that said, we greatly appreciate y'all. Just want to take the time and thank my brother over here for coming out and showing up. Shout out to Kel. Kel was loud, but he was here, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Y'all definitely can come back whenever y'all ready, man. NFL season coming up soon, so we got a lot of stuff to follow up on.
I just want the people out there, man, who watch to understand my pain and what I had to go through growing up in 427 East Only Road. With these people, man, it's like no matter how right you are, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
If they don't agree with you, right? And from a realist standpoint, I can't understand how the fact that they never realized that they're 100% biased into whatever they believe in. But they my family, man. I love them. I love them all. I wouldn't change them for the world, man.
Hey,
Especially Deshawn.
sometimes we wrong and we don't know it. So at the end of the day,
Oh, you know it.
Sometimes we wrong and we know it.
You know it. You definitely know it.
at the end of the day, it's the love that matter, man, and that's one thing that'll never change. Unconditional, inevitable. Life is love, and we love living it. So, but that's
I'm
it.
ready to sing a song.
That's it.
And life is living. You're very special.
Oh, bro, I wasn't even thinking about that. With that said, man, listen, it's been a great night. It's been a great show. It's been good chopping up with y'all, man. Sean, you definitely biased, bro, but it's okay.
Biased, man.
It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
And Deshawn and Kel made history. This is by far the longest BetMoorSports.
By far, bro. By far.
So enjoy this because you will never get another show this long. We might take 2 weeks off and break this show into 3 parts. And give y'all this over 3 weeks of entertainment.
That might be what we do.
This is a part 1, part 2, part 3 type episode.
Listen, man.
We've been going at it.
Joke is what, Sam? So what you said?
About 8 something.
8 something?
Yeah.
And it's 12 o'clock. We ain't wrapped up yet. But we had a ball, man. And we hope y'all enjoy it, till next time.
Absolutely. That's how it is when you're with family, man. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.
It's your boy, Steven Troutman Bay, a.k.a. the Guru with BetMoorSports. You know I'm pushing parlays 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. But if you have a problem gambling, call 888-532-3500. And always remember to drink responsibly.